following is a presentation of the Shining Wizards Network, broadcasting live in high-definition video and available on all podcasting and streaming platforms. Follow us on social media at Wizards Podcast. Check out our merchandise at merch.shiningwizards.com. Do your Amazon shopping at amazon.shiningwizards.com. And become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/wizardspodcast. And now, it's time for the Shining Wizards.
You're watching
The Shining Wizards.
The Shining Wizards
Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast. Man.
Oh, yeah, you know what time it is. It's Monday night. If you're sitting with us live, you're enjoying the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. If we're in your pocket, we're in your car, we're on the YouTube in your living room. We appreciate you, and we are thankful that you chose to spend your quality time with the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. Big show ahead of us, so let's get right to it. A double T.
Handsome Kevin.
Brundo.
KJG. And Matt, let me hit you with the wrestling talk.
And talk about wrestling.
Boom.
Throw a little curveball because Tony's not here tonight.
That's it.
I didn't forget. I saw there was a look of concern, like you guys thought I forgot. No, I was just mixing it up a little bit.
Gotcha.
I was going to throw it to you, KJG.
Oh, you were?
I was.
I did not know that.
We do no pre-show talk whatsoever about the show.
Yeah.
Just talk about depressing commercials and then right into the show.
Right?
That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how you get hyped.
That's 14 years of experience talking right there.
I'm hyped. Are you guys hyped?
GD,
I'm
right?
hyped, bro.
Excuse me. Sorry, my other laptop logged me out of everything. So I'm trying to log into our Twitter now. All right. Don't mind me. I saw everybody this weekend except for Handsome Kevin because we all got together at Tony's for Saturday night's main event. So, HK, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Doing fantastic. Putting in some long hours at the office, but yeah, everything's going great, man. I can't wait to get out of town. Can't wait. Leaving.
When are you leaving?
Leaving Monday morning.
Oh, well, you won't be here next week.
Yeah, it's in the. I sent it in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot going
Yeah, I
on.
won't be here next week. Yeah, my beautiful wife and I are heading up. Pretty much to Canada. Little holiday getaway.
That is. Why would you go to the colder?
I don't think it's colder, man. Once you cross the border from Iowa into Minnesota, it's cold. Doesn't matter where you go. So yeah, years ago, we've gone to Mexico in the past. This year we decided there's a little resort up there near Canada, like a little cabin. We figured we'd be able to head up there for a little while.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Will you be requesting this from your wife?
I want Miss Handjob back. Oh.
Now that's a good question. In that scenario, is my wife Miss Handjob, or is there somebody else coming in? She got like a pinch hitter.
Honestly, you'd have to ask Tony.
Wouldn't that be a pinch hander?
Yeah, attaboy, Brundle. The Brundle fly.
We have so we got together, but HK, I know you're a big wrestling fan. Do you have some people over to watch Saturday night's main event on Saturday?
No, man, I watched it. I watched it in solitude, which I kind of like doing that. Every now and again, I have one of my good buddies over for a wrestling event who's he's a very, very, very casual fan. And he loves it. Come over wide, like he'll come over for WrestleMania. But these regular events coming out, I like to kind of take them in by myself, not deal with all the chatter and all the bullshit. Not me going, shut the fuck up, you're wrong. I don't like. I just like to take it in.
I think KJG forgot what it was like to watch any type of TV, let alone a wrestling event with Tony. And it only took about 3 minutes to be just fucking done.
I'm surprised I didn't leave. Like, Tony, like, fuck this motherfucker. Why are they doing that? Fucking bullshit over here. This fucking who is that? Everything out of his mouth was like I'm not gonna say negative, but it was just Tony.
Oh, it sounds
the
amazing.
negative stuff didn't come out of his mouth.
Yeah. Oh my God, that too. Oh, I thought you were just talking about him being him. Okay, you're talking about the inner workings of Tony. Ooh.
Well, for
HK.
So out here in the Jersey area, we have it's called White Manna. It's been around forever. It's essentially like White Castles on steroids.
Okay.
And
White
Brundle was
Castle copied them, actually.
yeah, so it's much better than White Castle. So Brundon was kind enough to stop and bring us. Started out as 30, but we beefed it up to 40 because, as the text said, I'm a fat fuck and I will eat at least a dozen of them. That day, I probably ate like 14 White Manna, but man, Tony and poor KJG they were just no matter what Tony did, they just went to KJG.
So Tony can't handle his mana.
Oh, he was handling it all right. His stomach is a whole nother story.
KJG wasn't handling Tony's mana.
It was brutal. I normally, like, full disclosure, normally like farts don't really bother me. Like, whatever, we all do it. It happens. Poop is a thing. I get it, right? But this was like nonstop. Like, just like it's like playing a song on loop. Like that's what I was getting with Tony that night. Like,
good for him.
It was a brutal assassin. Is what it was.
You were right in the line of fire the whole night.
Yeah, and I guess part of that's on me. I guess
too.
I could have relocated, but
yeah. He offered. He said, "Oh, KGG, sit down in front."
Yeah, I mean, like the fridge was right there. The food was over there.
He wanted you to be in front of his cannon.
Yo, but it like made it through the couch. You know what I mean? Like it was like it made it through his recliner that he was sitting in. To me, like that's how like insane it was.
I think it was the little lift he did every time.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing, man.
Well, they're directional shots.
Yeah.
Now, Brundo, you've been to my house for a pay-per-view, but I don't think you've ever had a chance to watch a wrestling show with Tony. Did he ruin the experience for you like he usually does for everybody else?
No, not at all. It was hilarious. I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
We were probably 30 seconds in, and he's going, "What the fuck? They don't have any fucking vignettes backstage? What the fuck? What the fuck? This isn't the right fucking music. What the fuck?"
I was saying the same fucking thing. That's amazing.
Matt, how about the appetizer to the main course of Saturday night's main event that we were watching?
Oh well, which one? Because Tony was Tony. If you've ever watched a show when we were doing it and we had the Mevo in the basement, Tony's got a great setup. So he has the main TV in the middle of the basement, and then he has recliners that are on a riser, and to the right and the left of the seats in the recliner, there's 2 screens. So he cast the TV to all the screens, so you were always looking at Saturday night's main event. But when me and Brundo got there, he had just left it on channel 4 because he was having problems getting it on all the screens. And it was a fucking show about children with cleft palates with their deformed, fucked up faces. And I was like, you got to fucking turn this off because it's everywhere I look, bro. He's like, what do you mean, dude? What do you do? Dude, you want to watch the Peacock? You want to watch? So then he puts on the fucking championship wrestling from WWF from 1980. Bruno's wearing a goddamn bath rug on his head. We watched a fucking Johnny Rods and fucking Rene Goulet 15-minute match. It was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
until the Tony Atlas vignette that lasted. That's still going on, I think.
I don't know that Rocky
10
Stallone, whatever
minutes.
Rocky Stallone was trying to do.
Where he almost broke his neck.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Yeah.
it was. I'm so happy we got to go down to Tony's. It was such a fucking great time.
Yes.
We don't get to do it enough. It's unfortunate that you live in Minnesota, HK, because you were missed.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And next time I'm out there, we'll have to make it a point to at least watch some wrestling while I'm in town.
Yes, Tony had thought because you had not replied to the text that he sent that you were possibly on your way to his house.
And it's funny too because I talked to Molly about that, and I said, "Yeah, the guys are all getting together for Saturday's main event," and she's like, "Oh, why aren't you going?" I'm like, well, I'm gonna hop on the plane, show up, get hey hand job,
You
and all of a
were
sudden,
wrong guys.
boom, I'm gonna be there and turn around and come back the following day. And she goes, "You wouldn't do that?" I said, "I absolutely would do that. I just didn't think of it."
Oh, I didn't know that was an option.
Oh yeah, you can do a 1-day trip. Why not?
I love it. Kyle, how are you, buddy?
I'm muted. Hi, fellas. How we doing? I'm good. How are you guys? I heard you
Great,
had a swell
man.
time watching old Smee.
Yeah,
last
man.
weekend?
Did you celebrate your Saturday night's main event?
I did. I mean, it brought me back to the times as a child watching Shane McMahon versus Shawn Michaels and Eugene versus Viscera and all that stuff. So it's real nostalgia. Really hit me in the cockles. But
Tony,
it was a good time.
Now, in addition to the white man, Tony also did break out Slim Jims and his 1980s WWF napkins.
That's awesome.
Why did he still have those?
Why not? I think I have one laying around here.
Yeah, he has
one lone napkin.
he has
Stands up on
no,
its
he
own.
has 5 packs of inside plastic napkins. Multi-packs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's on the is it just like the logo or is it like
It's a logo and a couple wrestlers.
And
which
jits.
wrestlers?
The Hulkster, Piper, probably JYD, Orndorff.
Andre.
No Kevin Thorne, no who else is on Saturday?
So you're
Night
just gonna
Main
name
Event?
everyone from that 6-man tag match?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Doink. There's no Doink. Doink's kind of overlaps, right? Maybe.
It was
Does he?
Shane Doink
I don't know.
and Eugene versus Umaga, Viscera, and
Umaga.
Kevin Thorne.
What a time! What a time to be alive, really.
How
It doesn't sound like a good time.
How the fuck did I know that off the top of my head?
Yeah,
We just talked about it last week.
Oh, we did.
He watches it every night.
Yeah,
Don't let him lie to you.
We did
It's
talk
good
about it
bedtime
last
music
week, actually.
or bedtime wrestling.
So overall, Kyle from the Apron Bump Podcast,
Hey, that's me.
when 10:01 hit and the terrible Saturday Night's Saturday Night's Live came on, you turned that off immediately because you have a brain. How'd you feel about the first Saturday Night's main event in
Since 2008.
16
Yeah.
years?
It was good. It was fun. I liked the feel of it. They definitely seemed to lean more into the retro element of it than the previous callback that they did in 2008, which I appreciated. There was still maybe a little too many LEDs and lights and stuff, but maybe that's something because I think there's gonna be like a quarterly thing, right? That they do going forward, something like that. So maybe they can change it up. They probably won't, but overall, it was a easy watch. It was easily digestible watch. Nothing too crazy. I mean, crowning a first champion was big. Otherwise, it was kind of par for the course stuff. But overall, I had a swell old time watching it. I'd say that's really all you can ask for.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought the top to bottom it was fun. I didn't like the ending of the main event. And I'm just picking nits because I wish the referee would have just been in the ring instead of standing outside the ring. But that's just me being.
Oh, you don't like that he was counting on the floor?
I don't like that he was standing outside.
Well, he was already outside.
I know it bothered me.
He has to see the shoulders. You know what I mean? He can't get in the ring and.
Yeah, but every time there's a pin next to the fucking the ropes, the referees don't fucking go outside.
Sometimes they do.
and stand on the floor.
Sometimes they do. The good ones, Lil Nate does. That's why
Lil
he's
Nate.
pro, and these other guys are tomato cans.
Lil Nate can't be called Lil Nate anymore. He looks old as shit.
He's still Lil.
So does Big Nate.
Lil Nate doesn't look that. He should look older than he looks.
Dude, he looks old as shit. His
He
crow-
looks like 10 years older than he did in 1995.
Oh, he does not.
How dare you? He's a handsome man, Lil Nate.
He's just a little weathered, little Nate.
Okay, see, here's the problem. No one said he wasn't handsome.
You implied it.
No, I just implied that he's old as shit now.
I wouldn't say old as shit.
Dude, his hair looks
I mean,
very...
comparable to the other refs, maybe, but
You want to talk about his skin, whatever. You're going to talk shit about his hair?
Yeah, his hair's a little wispier.
That's one step too far, brother.
He's got the old
Wispy.
crow's feet going on, the eyeballs.
I don't know what show you were watching.
Look,
Definitely not the one I was watching.
I'd be lucky if I looked like him at 60 years old.
You'd be lucky if you look like him now.
Yeah.
It's a little hurtful. I guess I deserve that.
Yeah.
No,
Kyle, how'd you think Jesse Ventura did?
It was fine. It was kind of I expected him to have more of a presence than he did, but maybe he's just kind of dipping his toes back in the water. But I thought the time that he was given, he felt like Jesse Ventura. You know, he didn't feel like he was holding back too much. Now I can't say that he was in my wheelhouse growing up. I think he was long gone by the time I was born, even. But he still has the voice, the goofy boas. Maybe take that shirt off and see if he still has the body next time. I don't know, but I thought he added. He was a good centerpiece to the retro element of the show and made it feel like Saturday. It was like the differentiating thing that you don't see on other shows, and I thought it fit well.
I think they didn't put him out there for the whole show because he would have destroyed the rest of the commentary team.
Well, is it just me, or did he not? Did it seem like he didn't know anybody's name other than Cody Rhodes?
No, he said he was in KO's corner, man.
He would always say like, that guy over there, he means business. Like he would never say his name.
and didn't he call him Kevin Owen?
Yeah.
Which is not egregious, but it's something.
There was one point where they like panned over to Cody Rhodes and he was talking about Cody Rhodes, and they pan over to Kevin Owens. He's like, and that man over there, you know, he also means business. I don't know. Maybe watch the product a little bit, Jesse, but
I thought he did a fantastic job, especially that he pointed out like Cody won, but he cheated. He's a fucking cheater.
I do like the heel presence on commentary, which I think is something that has been missing, and I dearly miss it. I think it adds a lot of, not that you need commentary to provide the entertainment, but it provides kind of two sides of the coin like you're seeing in the ring, which, I mean, I grew up with JR and King. That was the deal there, and times before that, you know, whoever it was. So I enjoyed that element of it for sure.
Well, I see. I think Jesse did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. Like he was a voice that I think like I missed and didn't realize that I missed him as much as I did until he was on the commentary team. And it almost seemed like he didn't really miss a beat. Just sitting back down and being there and his call was still like the same call that I remember from when I was younger. Like I thought he did a fucking fantastic job.
Yeah, he's just so genuine. Like he doesn't have to like get back into character. Like that's just who he is. So of
Right.
course he's gonna come back. And I love to see that for sure. Shout out Joe. I was about to say Joe Tessitore. I felt like it was like a perfect stand-in for Mean Gene as well.
Yeah,
He was hoping he knew where the fucking hard camera was.
Just trying to help the guy out. He's old. He's weathered.
He like gets up on the stage and he starts doing his thing. Jesse turns around to the crowd and Tessitore's like, and they do like the fucking wide shot so they can catch Jesse looking at the crowd. I don't think that's the way they want it to go. Tessitore's like fucking tugging on him, like, hey, turn around.
Pulling on his 8 boas that he's wearing. Yeah.
Yes, thank God Pat McAfee could point that out.
Big fan of his telestrator. For sure. You gotta do that analysis sometimes. Not everybody's willing to do it.
That's fair.
Pat is. Yeah.
That's fair. Did you have a favorite match of the night?
Probably the triple threat world heavyweight title match. I have liked the subtle story with Gunther and how he had kind of lost his confidence after losing to Cody. I thought that played well, and this win hopefully will kind of make him that killer that he was before when he was the IC champion, UK champion. And I mean, that triple threat, I mean, all parties involved, Finn and Damian as well, they came up and they showed out. I mean, it was a high energy match. Gunther looked like a killer at the end, that crazy deadlift powerbomb on the steps, and then he just fucking keeps going and kills Finn in the ring. I thought Gunther came out looking like a killer, and I'm intrigued to see what comes next for him. I don't know if we start working our way towards a Cena match, maybe for Mania. I'm sure there'd be something in between there. But I have really no guesses what he would do next. I don't know if you guys do. Folks? Because who else is kind of, I mean, Seth, maybe?
For Gunther,
Yeah.
For Gunther,
I think LA
Seth-
Knight. I think
yeah.
LA Knight moves over to Raw.
But does Gunther move over to? You think he moves to SmackDown?
No,
Because if they move, you don't think they're going to move Cody?
no,
I know Roman is most likely getting moved, but it wouldn't surprise me if they move Cody.
I feel like if you move Roman, then you have to move like 7 different people.
Yeah.
But all right, so the Cody thing is interesting. Wow, that's a good call, Brundo. I mean, I can see why like everyone like the popular like thinking is that would happen, but USA still needs some spoons in the porridge themselves, you know.
True.
So
True.
I don't
Yeah.
think he goes.
I mean, another thought. I mean, Solo can't be in the Roman verse forever. So maybe after he loses his Ufaflafa or whatever LA Knight called it, moves on from Roman. Maybe he gets entered into the world title scene, perhaps. Imperium versus New Bloodline.
So I could see Imperium versus New Bloodline. In fact, now that you said it, I fucking love the thought of it.
Yeah, put Vinci back in there because he's been fucking
Might as
treading
well,
water.
yeah.
But is it just to the eye, or do you think it's realistic? Like in my mind, Jacob Fatu is the guy that should be in that spot. Like I would love to see Jacob Fatu Gunther. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is the match, not Solo. I think that Jacob has passed Solo in a lot of ways, and they've kind of kept a mystique about him there. So I would like to see Fatu and Gunther before I would like to see Solo and Gunther, and with that, obviously Gunther's turning face in that scenario.
I feel like he's already halfway there.
So do I
Pretty
think
fluid.
I think it's been a natural kind of a turn. Like people are more appreciating him, but I would love to see Jacob Fatu and Gunther.
Yeah, and HK, hand
HJC.
job. What are you? HJC, HJK.
What do you wanna call me, man?
I feel like talking about Gunther's like natural like progression into a baby face is kind of like it's more of like a bizarre one because like his music will get a pop when he comes out, right? But then he'll start talking and people will like cheer, and then he'll get him back and have him boo like right away, like, and then of course you're positioning him against Finn Balor, who's also a heel, so like you're almost kind of like forcing them to cheer Gunther, but like they still don't like him. It's very like you said, fluid.
Yeah, he's very gender fluid. I mean, he can go either way. I think, like you said, he enters to a big pop. People love Gunther, but then he can sway them within the match, which is the mark of a great heel. Adam Cole was like that when he was in the midst of like the Undisputed Era stuff in NXT. Like they would the Adam Cole baby shit, but once the match started, he'd flip him. Gunther's kind of along that same vein, maybe a better version of it. But yeah, I mean, you could really Gunther. You could just do. He's so versatile. You could do more faction warfare with him, keep that title on him as a heel, a babyface, which is why I have no idea what direction they'll go with him.
Right. And going back to HK's point about Jacob Fatu, I feel like Jacob Fatu is the kind of guy that you could like probably put like against anyone. And
Yeah, for sure.
But I think like the focus still needs to be on Solo if that's what your commitment has been for this long. Like you've built up your equity in Solo, you've invested in Solo. So to just thrust Jacob Fatu into the center spotlight, I think would be a little rash. I feel like, dude, how long has this bloodline story been going on? Like you could have like a complete part 6 or 7 just on a Jacob Fatu solo type thing. So
Yeah.
I feel like you still have to. Still a little meat on the bone for Solo before Jacob Fatu eventually does get to where he's got to go.
I feel like Jacob Fatu gets a diesel push this year in the Royal Rumble too.
Yeah, and I can tell you like from like just the show that I was at recently, they're moving Jacob Fatu merchandise at least in this area. There was no Solo merchandise. There was none at any of the stands. So if that tells you anything about kind of where their head is at in comparison to the two, I mean having multiple pieces of Jacob Fatu merchandise out there and nothing for Solo, I think that kind of tells you a little bit of where like the company is at.
Does Solo have any non-bloodline merch?
And that's another thing. Like, I don't know if he does. They didn't have any at any of the stands, and that's nothing to point to because Jacob Fatu did.
But do you remember when, I don't know if you've listened to JBL's podcast with Conrad now. HK, you definitely have, I think.
Yeah.
But JBL always said, don't make a shirt for me. Like, I'm a fucking heel. Do not make a shirt for me. I'm not going to go as far as to say that I think Solo is following that same logic, but maybe that could be.
I don't think in today's day they can do that or get away with
agree.
that.
I tend to agree with you.
He has several shirts on WWEshop.com.
On the .com, but
Solo
events.
shirts.
There's one that just says Solo. It's written across it. It's in red lettering on black. And then on the back, it has the thumb, and the bottom part of the hand is red, and then just the thumb is white.
They should just sell his thumb, like little thumb fingers.
Not
like
bad. Foam thumbs.
These look like from when he just came in. It's just him like this, and it says Solo Sikoa. The one problem
could be NXT. That sounds like NXT.
Yeah.
He's got one Solo Sikoa. The one problem.
Right, but you're talking on WWE Shop, like
yes.
These are not the ones that they're bringing to the events. The ones that they think they're going to move at the events.
But maybe they just sold out at the event and you missed it. You ever think about that? Everyone went for the Solo merch.
Yeah, but the Jacob Fatu t-shirts, like, it's fucking cool too. Like it's a fucking wolf.
Yeah,
like it does.
Howling at the moon.
No, it's like a crazy looking wolf with like red shit on its head.
Is there a half moon behind it?
No. You know what?
Is it like a?
I know what it is. I bought one while I was there.
Oh, how come you're not wearing it, you fucking dork?
It's out in my car.
It's out in your car. What's it been doing in your car for a week?
I haven't brought the bag in yet.
Fucking lazy.
Not the bag.
It's a werewolf.
What'd you pay for it?
I think it was $40.
They saw you coming.
Yeah, you fucking.
You're damn right. Everybody did that night.
It's authentic. Gotta respect it.
So, Apron Bump Kyle, win for WWE with this Saturday night's main event?
I think so. I mean, it wasn't, anything too outside of Chelsea Green winning the U.S. title. Nothing super like groundbreaking. Although the Kevin Owens deal, even though that was after the show, was pretty sick. The package powerbomb. I might have got a half chub when I saw that.
Pile driver and chub.
Pile drive me. No, it's just a package.
Package pile driver.
Love a good package. You package me. Yeah, no, I love this side of this is where Kevin Owens thrives, and I'm all for it. Cody cheated, so obviously he has a right to a rematch, and because little Nate missed it, even though he's so handsome. But yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff all around. And the Chelsea, I mean, U.S. title. I know. Tone Bone over there doesn't really like the mid card titles for the women, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Given that SmackDown's going to 3 hours and just the sheer talent they have, but I'm not like. I mean, I hope it's a success. It's a success, but seeing how they've dealt with the tag team titles, I'm not super optimistic. I don't think.
Well, Kyle, this is always a success when you join us.
Oh, come on now.
No.
And I didn't ask the guy, so I'm going to ask him now. Kyle wants us to record with him a Royal Rumble show at the end of December or the first week of January. So if you guys can check your schedules, and maybe we can get a couple of us, maybe if not all of us, a couple of us can get together with old Apron Bump Kyle and make an appearance on his show.
Yeah, I'd always be in for that.
Yeah, you had me at Royal Rumble.
You know me, a hand job, Kyle. You need me, I got a hand for you.
That's what you always say to me. You always send me that in the morning, every morning.
Yeah. Yep. Guys,
So, all right, so it's either Tuesday, December 31st, or any time after 5 p.m., January 7th to January 10th.
No, hand job, you on that East Coast time? Remind me.
I sure am.
Yeah,
East Coast.
I'll put it in a text to you guys later. But I told Kyle asked. He's been asking. I've been dropping the ball. So now that he was here, I wanted
Big time in me. It's fine.
I wasn't big
I'm
time.
used
You
to
know,
it.
just fucking forgot, man.
Just this big man double T over here. No
No,
time.
I'm trying to fucking.
Here's my bucket with my hand job in it. Oh, could you please jerk me off?
Wait,
That's
so
what I say.
hand job. You're doing a podcast on New Year's Eve?
Well, it wouldn't be dropping. Oh, New Year's Eve? Possibly. I don't know. Do you guys do anything on New Year's Eve? If it's like earlier in the evening,
I'm not
that was just
15 years old anymore. I don't give a shit.
You don't spend time. You don't do family stuff on New Year's Eve?
Family stuff? No, my family works in the restaurant business.
We just had Christmas. Who gives a turkey?
Yeah, go family style.
Yeah.
spend enough time with my family at Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm fucking good till next year.
All right.
But we don't
What do
have
you
to do
got?
it that day. I was just throwing out days. What do I got?
Yeah, what do you got coming up this week, buddy?
Oh, this Wednesday got a little total nonstop action coming at you. Victory Road 2007, covering that little ditty was a interesting little show. All the titles on the line in the main event, the match of champions, a little Ultimate X action, little Black Rain action.
Oof. Oof.
So all good. Only good things from
Nothing bad
Kids
when
and
you
ass
do TNA. That's for sure.
Who's doing the show?
Got old Frank from the Last Minute Wrestling podcast, little Italian fella that I like to podcast with every now and then. My little Italian sausage.
This is this Victory Road. This is one of, if not the only, Bob Backlund appearance in TNA, is it not?
There is Bob Backlund. I'm glad you brought that up. Against the Motor City Machine Guns, which on paper it's hilarious. In execution, it's hilarious. So that's TNA for you.
Yeah, make a face, handsome Kevin. Like fucking 2007 Bob Backlund is.
I don't like that he said hilarious. All right.
Bob Backlund versus like Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley.
Yeah. He probably whooped their asses too, didn't he?
I forget actually. No, well, his partner lost. Well, spoiler alert.
Oh,
He teamed
yeah.
with Jerry Lynn.
Well,
And,
see, that super nice guy that can wrestle pretty well, but he let the team down.
Oh, fuck Jerry Lynn. He didn't deserve that Ring of Honor title.
He
But
didn't
I
deserve to
digress.
take with Bobby Backlund, I'll tell you that.
That's for damn sure.
Wow.
So,
I literally just changed my Twitter profile picture to me and Jerry Lynn.
no, Jerry Lynn kicked my ass, is what I say. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all I got.
There he
Damn,
is.
that's the name of Jerry Lynn.
What happened?
Huh? Oh, do I have to buzz off?
No. See what you
I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
that old gag.
We like to have fun here on the Shining
Yeah,
Wizards
we
Wrestling
do.
Program.
And we like to have fun with you, Kyle, at Apron Bump Podcast every Wednesday. Kyle's doing God's work over there,
Oh,
watching all
stop
this shit.
Always appreciate you guys having me. It's always a hoot and a holler.
Always
Coming on
love having you on the show.
Always?
Always. It's
Most
always,
of the time, at least.
it's always
yeah.
a blessing.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Do you want to stay and talk to B. Brian Blair with us?
I don't know what I have to add. I know more about bees than bee by Brian Blair.
Oh, he's not even connected. This is going to be fun.
Well, this is going to be a good time. By the way, you guys had a little tidbit drop on you as he's connecting. Talking about Great American Bash 04 later. That happened to be my first live event of all time.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
Nice.
04, which was I don't really remember a lot about it. I was 11 at the time. But yeah, I was there to watch Eddie lose the title. Spoiler alert, I guess. I don't know. Saw Paul Bearer die for the first time or second time. I don't remember.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, just to kind of, hey, I'm HJ. Just trying to fluff you up a little bit before you, come. I don't know. Couldn't think
Yeah,
of a
no,
certain
that's
word.
usually what Fluffer does, right?
Yeah.
That's none of your beeswax, what I do.
Oh, come on now. That's a lot. That's a lot.
9 and 10 years old. Oh yeah, that'll go over great.
Take it easy, Buck.
Jesus, Brenda. Fucking A, man.
Can you guys hear this? Hold
Get
on.
on top of me and I'll beat you off.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, we
The
did.
reason for the season is pleasing, and somebody's sucking my dick.
Anyways,
That was so sensual.
It sounded like he was reading poetry.
I don't know what the context of this one is,
Bust a nut in grandma's butt, part 3.
but I have it, so
I'm glad that you do, Handjob Kyle.
Yeah,
I'm glad
yeah.
that you do.
it's just on my computer now. So hopefully nobody
That's
searches
the
it.
best. That's fucking great. I love it. You're gonna have to send those files over to me so I can
Oh
add
yeah,
them to the soundboard.
I'll shoot them on over.
All right, Kyle, you're the best. We're gonna try and help B. Brian Blair get on the show now.
Oh boy, Godspeed, everybody.
Yep, he's having some issues.
I'll get one more. Sting. It would really sting if he couldn't. Yeah, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta Brundo. We gotta help B. Brian Blair get on the show now.
You have any ideas?
He said, "Brother, I'm trying to get on here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong." I told him just click the link, and he should be able to show up in the green room. I don't know where he went now.
Oh no,
He saw that.
You shouldn't do that. Oh yes, a scene. Look at that. You shouldn't do that. Well, while we wait for B. Brian,
There he is.
is that him?
There he is.
Oh yeah.
I'm not hitting it.
Whoa. To be or not to be? Where's the killer bee? I apologize to you guys from the bottom of my heart. I have never missed a podcast. I have never, the only time I've ever missed a show in my life, I was hurt, really, really hurt. Maybe out of over 5,000 matches, I might have missed, I don't know, a couple weeks of wrestling for injuries. Till later in life, but to get on your podcast, my gosh, I've had some, we all have ups and downs. I realize how life is, I've lived life, guys. I have lived life. Let me turn this thing off. I'm sorry. I just got back actually from we'll sing the blues just for a second so you understand, so you can walk in my shoes. Never judge a man till you walk 3 moons in his moccasins. But I just came back from the hospital because my father-in-law was supposed to die yesterday. The last time I was on your phone, on your show, my dad was in critical condition, and thank God he pulled through. And today, Larry, my father-in-law, they thought he was going to die, but he didn't. But man, maybe you guys are good luck. I hope I don't jinx myself now. But just kidding, because I'm on the Shining Wizards. This is going to be awesome. But so I went through a couple little bit of down times, but everything is good. The hive's alive. I feel I'm buzzing, brother. I'm ready to be on the Shining Wizards. I just wanted to let you know where I've been. And then I had computer problems and da-da-da-da-da. We all have our excuses, but it's not one. It's the truth.
Well, Mr. Blair, you made it here. And I do want to say, you said you've only missed like one wrestling match in your life.
Well, a couple, just from injury.
But I know you didn't show up for that last CWF show.
Oh man, that's true. I told you. I mean, the truth be told, it's right in the book. Read it. It's a great book. I promise you. I'm on chapter 18. You just got to the WWF for your second time, and you're just going to start teaming with Jim Brunzell. This is a phenomenal read. Well, thank you, Double T. I mean, it's an honor, like I said, to be on your show. You guys have one of the top podcasts on the internet, and it's just, again, I apologize for the last time. It's a new day. It's a positive day. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives, and we're going to have a great show. I can't wait.
Yes, just
yes, I did miss a shot, and you got to read the book. You'll like it because it's a story about, being down and up, and, it's all good. I mean, I'm so happy we're almost at Christmas time, and I had fans, I had fans calling me from your show, texting me. I mean, not calling me, thank God, but I love my fans. But believe me, I mean, my friends, they're really my friends. Every time I meet somebody at a signing or something, they like become my friend. And all of a sudden I'm doing like 27 texts, that I wouldn't normally have to do a day. And there's some nice people that you meet in this business, guys. Just like I'm humbled and I'm proud to meet you guys, and just happy to be on your show.
Well, thanks for being here, Mr. B. Brian Blair, man. This is awesome for me, and I know the rest of the guys as well. You said, somehow 5,000 matches, and that's a lot of miles that you put on. Any good road stories maybe that didn't make it into the book you can share with us?
I have so many good stories that never made it into that book. It's unbelievable. Ian Douglas is probably the greatest writer present day writer for wrestling books. He's writing Rotundo's book right now. He just got done writing 2 of Steve Kearn's books. I mean, you go back and see the books that he's already penned on Amazon, and it's really amazing. The guy's pretty brilliant. But yeah, I've got stories from I handed him like 1,000 pages, made all these notes, and then I got osteomyelitis in my back, and then all this stuff happened. So a lot of stuff got left out, and I'm glad you asked that, because a lot of times historians try, and I love historians. If it wasn't for historians, you know, a guy my age wouldn't be on your show right now. I mean, I love these guys. I mean, I'm now in the older generation, but I got to grow up in the and it's great how the younger guys have so much respect for you. I mean, that's probably what I love about the business today the most. I mean, I can walk up to Dwayne Johnson. I can walk up to anybody, even though Dewey's not working right now. I mean, Hulkster is one of my best friends in the whole world, but Steve Kearn's one of my. I mean, I talk to these guys weekly, daily sometimes, and they're just the new guys. You know, I meet them at Cauliflower Alley Club. That's one of the most humbling things that I get to do. And I know we're going to talk about some road stories, and we'll probably get into this, but I'm just I'm just thinking of some wonderful things. So, Kota Kinabalu on the island of Sabah. You ever heard of that?
Not even once.
No.
It's off the Malaysian coast. So we have Frenchie Martin. We have the Nasty Boys, so they can attest to this. Golly, there was a bunch of guys, but these are the main characters for what I'm going to tell you in this story. Marty Jannetty ran a motorcycle up these stairs and went into a fountain in Malaysia, and Kota Kinabalu's off the coast. What a tour that was! But yeah, it was the first time we had like a full-fledged, a real riot. I mean, an actual where everybody's waylaying, and it's the Killer Bees against the Nasty Boys, and there was already some flare-ups. We had great matches, great card. Matter of fact, the tickets there were $100. Wait, I got to make this story good. Hey, you see this? Wait a minute. Where's the camera? I don't know. Can you see that? If I put it on my chest, where's it gonna go? Where's it gotta go?
Yeah, if you put it on your chest, it shows through.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it says at the bottom. It says $100. It said, I'll read it. Sabah Amateur Boxing Association presents world-class wrestling. Kota Kinabalu Community Center, the 5th of November, 1989. So historians, you got to write that down, because I guarantee you it's not in your books. None of the tours that we went on after WWF, none of that stuff's in any of the historians. We go to Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, all these different places. And don't worry, I'm going to tell you the story. But we go to all these different places that aren't really in the historians' books. It's amazing. The tours to Russia with the Samoans and the world's strongest man, Ken Patera. Oh my gosh! But getting back to Kota Kinabalu, the first and only riot. We did have a little one, but not like this in Japan, in Hiroshima. But even got the ticket for that right there. I don't know who did what. I know that Knobs had Brunzell. Let's make it simple. The heels had us in a very awkward position and got the referee's distraction and waylaid Brunzell, and all of a sudden, bada boom. I mean, this place was packed now, probably 2,500, 3,000 people. in this big auditorium, not big, a 3,000 seat auditorium. It was packed. And I mean, they started flooding the ring, and the promoter, Dylan, we had two promoters there, Mahar Singh and Dylan. Dylan is also the referee, and I'm smacking, everybody's doing their job. I mean, everybody's knocking them. I wish I had this on film. And all of a sudden, from behind me, the referee and promoter, he grabs me from behind because he's getting the boots put to him. I could see out of my eye. I can't help him, or I'm going to get waylaid. And he pulls me right on top of him. All of a sudden, Knobs falls on top of me, and they start booting it. Somehow we got out of that place, and we were hammered. I mean, it was the worst. It was crazy. It was absolutely unbelievable. But stuff like that, it's not in the book. Maybe there's some stuff from Russia, and there's some stuff from other stuff, but I guess the historians have to read all the different books, Tito Santana's book and all my buddies' books, and Steve Kern's, like I said, and maybe they can piece together. You guys could do it, maybe. You guys want to interview everybody, but I think the point I wanted to make is the history of wrestling is so important, and I appreciate those guys so much. And eventually, I want to get to the Cauliflower Alley Club, but I have as many stories as you want to listen to. I mean, that was just a true story that just hurts. I was thinking, you made me think about Japan and Mr. Wonderful. Foreign, going on foreign trips too. We went to this little island that sells they make these dolls, and they have the mongoose and the snake fight each other. So Orndorff and I, when we were curious, wanted to see that, so we went and watched this. We had the data to do that, and usually the snake wins. No, the mongoose wins usually. It's like 8 out of 10 times. But anyway, we wound up getting stuffed mongooses, and Orndorff coveted his so much. I have one. I can bring it in. But anyway, he coveted this snake and this mongoose so much, and he fell asleep on the plane. And in Japan, they're very, very humble. I mean, really, really humble. And in Asia, all over, and the Middle East, the Asians, and we're on the plane, and Paul falls asleep, the plane lands, he's sleeping. I take his doll, I give it to the lady. Oh, no, she doesn't want it. I said, presento. You give them a present, they have to take it. It's like their custom. So she takes the snake. Thank you very much. I go down the stairs. Orndorff wakes up. I look up, and they're arguing back and forth for that mongoose and that snake, and he's saying she's saying no, presento. A little bit later, we're at the baggage place, and he's looking all over for his bags. I sneak his snake again, and I put it on the thing that goes around, and look for his bags. And then he looks for his snake. He can't find the snake, and it's on the baggage thing. I mean, we had so much fun in these little places, in the third world countries. It's absolutely amazing, some of the stories.
I don't want to cut you off, Brian, but this is a story from the book, and this was you ribbing him back for him maybe putting a little drugs in your drink and getting you a little sideways, no?
Oh my gosh. One thing, I need some water. I usually always have water here. Well, I don't know if you're talking about the time with the pencil. No, that was in New Orleans.
No. This is when he was dropping when he drugged the referee.
He drugged Masao Hattori.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And we went into that's right. I talked to Hattori today. I swear, I got a call from Masao Hattori today. We were talking about Osamu Nishimura. Another story. Pray for him. Golly. So Hattori's going up and down the bus. There were Tuanals, these little blue and red and green, 3 tricolored pills. And if you put them in somebody's drink, I mean, it would, you'd be in la la land. He puts 2 of those in Masao. Masao Hattori was he was in the World Games in wrestling, but he's only like 136 pounds. But we got back to a small town. Are you talking about the mats? There's so many ribs. Yes. I'm trying to think. So many ribs. The mats.
He got you all. He drugged you.
Yep.
You went to your room. He threw all the mats on top of you.
All of them, yes.
And then you guys went and saw the mongoose snake fight, and that's when you decided you were going to take his figurine and give it away.
There you go. Thank you. So I really, really, really appreciate the way you laid that out, HK, because I don't know why my mind is just like thinking of so many things. I don't know if I was Osamu Nishimura is a great guy. Again, I don't want to see down stuff, but he's got cancer. He lived with me for 6 months here. He's a big star in Japan. He has a beautiful 6-year-old son, and he's got terminal cancer, and he's fighting like crazy. So Hattori called me up, and we talked for about 18 minutes, and we talked real serious, real somber, serious talk. So and then with my father-in-law today, I know a professional is never supposed to wear his day on his shoulder, but woo, I've been wearing a lot, and it's just it's gotten to the point where I'm just shooting with you guys. It's like so much pressure, and every day I'm helping somebody get a phone call from the Cauliflower Alley Club, and somebody's sick or somebody needs money, or this has happened to them and that's happened to them. But you go through all that time, and now I get on your show, and I'm so excited to be on your show, and I just got to lift myself up to get back into just talking about wrestling rather than thinking about this stuff. But that's what I appreciate about the wrestling family. I've just grown so in love with everybody, and it gets so close to my heart, and after a while you need somebody to pick you up, and I really say that. And it's good to be on your show, and it's great to get texts from your fans. I'm so thankful right now for you guys. I know that's a kind of a soggy, sappy story, which I've never been like this, but I'm just shooting with you guys.
That's what we're here for, though. We're here to give you the platform to get whatever you need to get off your chest. Everyone sees you as B. Brian Blair, the pro wrestler, but you're also a human too. You have good days, you have bad days. We appreciate the fact that you come here with your heart on your sleeve, and you're just, talking to us like we've been friends for 50 years. We appreciate it.
And that's how I feel, Double T. I mean, it's like, I love you guys. I care about everybody so much, and I want to tell you the best stories I can. I got a million zillion of them in my head, and that's why God bless Ian. He's so good at getting that stuff out of you.
Maybe this will make you feel a little bit better. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this picture? It's my buddy's kid holding a B. Brian Blair figure, watching us do the podcast live.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, little buddy. God bless you. Okay,
yeah, man.
All right. I'm ready now.
So there you go. Little lift of the spirit.
I just stopped at Hazel's Honey Hut and picked up an orange blossom special. Chugged it on down, and I'm ready now. Okay, let's do it. I needed something like that. That guy just picked me up. Thank you, young man. You're a real gentleman.
Well, I'm gonna bring the mood down again, because I gotta ask about the time you wrestled Larry Zbyszko. Sounds like one of the worst experiences.
No, that they will not bring anybody down. That doesn't bring anybody down. Tell him, be Brian Blair. Tell him, be Brian Blair, how great Larry is.
Oh gosh, well, why don't you ask Larry? But he'll be the first one to tell you how great he is. I like Larry, but he's a character. and he was a hell of a golfer too. But you all know that. You guys know everybody better than I do. And anyway, we were down in Southern Florida. Ron Bass, Larry, and who was the? Let's see. I think it was Mike Graham and one other person. But Larry was, that was a terrible time. That's when you realize when you're getting too old to get in the ring. I love Ron Bass, but poor Ron was having a hard time. And Larry was just walking and talking like he always does. And it was getting frustrating to me. Mike and I wanted to wrestle, have a good time and work and entertain the audience. And it's different, when you're aging out, and you go into those spot shows, you got the trunks on at 50 years old and 60 years old. But it's amazing what a good match. You can so I don't care. Right now I couldn't do it because of my back, but there's guys, DDP, man, DDP is incredible. I guarantee you he could go hit a diamond cutter, and not know that he's 69 years old. But we just appreciate all the support we get from when we do autograph signings, whether it's selling books, whatever it is, emails, signing cards. We just we love it. If you need a couple guys for a wedding, Brunzel and I, your best man leaves you, call us up. You can go to bookprowrestling.net, which is soon to be bookprowrestling.com. And there's a plethora of talent that you can book. Steve Stasiak's awesome. And it's very, very organized. It's good to see guys, take advantage of every little sector of what the business is and how it evolved. And you guys came into podcasting, who would ever thought that, in the 80s and 90s and late 70s. It's amazing how far. Can I get a water? Thank you, ma'am. No problem. No. Anyway, excuse me. I don't know where I was at. I asked for a water. Forgive me.
I gotta know where you're at. Are you in like a restaurant or something?
Oh, no. I just got home. I'm in my little man cave.
Oh, I like the Live in the Hive behind you. I like that.
Oh, thank you very much, honey dear, honey buns. Told you I love your wife. No, I do. I'm just kidding.
I love my wife. I
do. I wouldn't have been so worried and drove all the way out there. No, we're just having a conversation here in my living room.
It's not. Now look, you, sir, you did make a cardinal mistake in your youth, though, when you got into the professional wrestling business, and you ended up dating the Booker's daughter.
The owner's daughter. A blind owner with a gun. Yeah, a blind owner with a gun. Wow, that was terrible. Oh boy. Yeah, he tried to shoot me, and it was ugly. Oh boy. Let's not go into that. Read the book.
There you go.
In the book.
We're trying to sell some books here, people.
Oh boy. I don't. First thing, I don't like to, to put myself over. But a lot of people don't realize what the Killer Bees did. If you go to that back of that book, and we're both in the Hall of Fame in Iowa, and we got athletes awards. I got the Lou Thez Award in Iowa. And Brunsey got the why am I having it's another one, but we've WrestleMania 2, 3, 4. You think of all the things, and nobody realizes the single careers that both of us had. That's one thing I get disappointed about. I'm not saying nobody, but the masses know us as the Killer Bees, which is it's fine. It's great. There was a couple mistakes made. We didn't get the belts. They promised us to get the belts 3 times. They should have made masks. We should have WrestleMania 3 should have been a title match. there's a lot of things, it's easy to, be a Monday morning quarterback, but some of the things, were promised to us. It's not like it was, and yeah, I don't know. We sold so many gimmicks of us, though. I mean, from Cracker Jack toys, when that marketing first came out, it was just unbelievable. Circle K cards, Cracker Jack boxes. It was just ice cream. There was the marketing was not nearly as good now, but that's when they found that, and it's just amazing to talk about kind of how the business have evolved. I know you guys know everything about it, and I got to experience it though. Working with guys like Bob Orton Sr. and Mr. Poffo, Angelo Poffo. You think about right at the tail end of their careers, and most people don't know who those guys are, and it's again great to have historians, and I'm just sharing some memories. I don't think are in the book. I don't know if that's in the book. I could never express how grateful I am to all those guys that would come down, Jack Briscoe and Bob Backlund and Pat Patterson and everybody that would come to the dungeon when Hero wasn't beating you up, and take their time with you. That was all good stuff. And I see, like I said, I see the kindness that is passing on to this generation. I see it all the time. And CM Punk, I mean, all the guys, Kofi, I love Kofi. Just you go through. I tell you, a good guy is Scoot Andrews, super guy. But so many of the boys you meet along they're just always your friends. And when you get on a podcast, I go on a couple of different podcasts. I don't want to even say, but we'll be friends after this. It's cool, again, it's great to see and learn from everybody and watch the business evolve together, and this will be a big happy family. And
so you mentioned a couple current talents that have actually been around for a while now. Is that something that you try to make an effort to do, is keep in contact with some of the current day superstars, and how important is that to you to either pass along your experiences or just get to know them as people? How important is that to you?
Oh, it's extremely important. Very, very important. I mean, the last live event that I was at was the last Royal Rumble, and just talked to Hunter for a while, Triple H, a bunch of guys, sat with Hogan, went and talked to all the guys, and they're just so kind and so nice and so humble, and that's a great feeling to me. I mean, I get excited and so happy when you go into a locker room and guys aren't just acting like, oh, I'm it, and it's total respect, and it's a great thing. I love that. So, and that's why I love the CAC so much. The Cauliflower Alley Club, gentlemen, we have given away at the Cauliflower Alley Club about $70,000 just since our reunion in August to 46 different causes. It's amazing what we do. And somewhere around here, yeah, it's amazing what we do. For example, this was our, again, I forgot, you guys can't see good in here, but maybe
look at that. I see the Stinger.
Yeah.
Buff Bagwell, Kurt Angle, the Dudleys,
Jim Ross.
There's to have like Kurt Angle at the CAC, he got at one time it was called the Future Legends Award in 1996, I believe it was, and he just got he was inducted into the CAC Hall of Fame with the Luthez Award. You have to be an outstanding amateur wrestler, and obviously Kurt was, and he just had a blast. He loved it so much. I mean, both him and Lex couldn't have been any better. They both signed autographs for an hour, and we have a blast there. But we give away so much money, and unfortunately, the new guys somehow they got to fight wrestling. I'm not saying they need a union because that's a dirty word to them, but every other major entertainment group has it, whether it's football, baseball, and believe you guys know as well as I do, wrestling, their numbers are right up there with many of the sports that give the boys benefits. And they need to step up and do that. Right. Anyway, the CAC we fill in that gap. Gosh, I can't tell you how many guys that get cancer. So then you get close to their families and different people. We have this award called I'm about to. The Courage Award. I'm just thinking of the guy that just won it. And we don't mention guys' names when we help them. We don't mention anybody's name unless they want us to. But Black Bart, and pray for him, my friends. If you're a godly person, pray for Black Bart. He really need. I know Samu Nishimura. They both need your prayers. They are, and believe me, I'm a Christian, a God-loving, God-fearing man, and I'm not going to give you a sermon, but it means the world to me, my faith. And I don't believe me. I go. There's one thing I say at CAC, unless you want to. Lex, was a spiritual talker, but we don't. Not to get away from the subject, but. Again, these guys are in bad shape, and Bart. I just talked to his wife. He isn't doing good. You guys know Black Bart?
I'm a big fan of Black Bart's. Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay. Anyway, he was partners with Ron Bass. He's one of JBL's. What a great guy JBL is, man. That guy helps us so much every year at the CAC. There's so many guys. Medusa, I love Medusa. She's there. Rich Engling. We have Ron Hutchison, just after 10 years of great service, just stepped down. But these guys, everybody, it's a collaborative effort. And this year it's going to be off the chart. We're going to do something this year that's absolutely amazing. And, this is really where my passion is, guys, is because you see how much money and we're the most efficient, according to our account, we're the most efficient, effective 501c3 corporation that him or his firm, he's got a big firm, that they have ever seen. Because we don't take any salary. We don't do anything. We just work our butts off, fly ourselves out there, pay for everything except an upgraded hotel room. But we got some great. Our 59th reunion is going to be a blast too coming up. Like I said, we got some great plans, and we're going to have some great talent there as well. You'll love it. That is August 18th, 19th, and 20th. And every dime that we bring in goes to the cause. It all goes to the wrestlers or to, bury somebody. We help out a youth wrestling foundation, and we give in a spirit of transparency. We also give a small donation to the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in Iowa, because they carry on the tradition, the history, which is very important to all of us, which is another 501c3, of course. And so we're very efficient. Rich watches those dollars, perfect. And then there's triple cross checks. There's no way anybody can steal a penny. And I don't sign checks because I don't ever want that dirt on my name. But my wheels are constantly turning, trying to make it a better experience for everybody. But I don't care who it is. Every time the guys come there, CM Punk. He was so excited. Lex Luger, all the guys that come there. Kurt Angle. It's hard to see him excited. He's kind of stone faced Kurt sometimes, but what a smile he had the whole time. What a blast he had. The guys get up there being honored by their peers. There's so many of the boys there, and it's an amazing event. So I appreciate you letting me mention that on your show, on the Shining Wizards podcast.
Yeah, I mean, any wrestling fan worth a damn knows the CAC pretty well, and especially guys in our demographic. So you mentioned your singles careers, yours and Jim's singles careers, but our demographic is pretty much locked into the Killer Bees.
Yes,
that's 100% what we loved, and that tag team division at the time was unreal. By the way.
Oh, thank you. I believe it was the best tag team division ever.
You just answered my question. I was going to ask you, has there ever been a comparable division for an extended period of time as there was in the WWE in the mid to late 80s?
No, you think about all those tag teams that were in there. I mean, there was good tag teams when I first went to WWF. I mean, you had Alpha and Sika.
Yeah.
Oh, what a scary thing that was. But then we're talking about this great tag team group of tag team guys that Vince put together, a division that he just kind of masterminded. You had the British Bulldogs, you had the Rougeos and Valentine and Beefcake and Demolition and Haku and Barbarian Islanders and the Strike Force and Tito. It just went on and on and on. It was an unbelievable tag team division. It would have been. There was some. We had actually the Killer Bees won the tag team tournament, the Jack Tunney tournament, which is a big tournament in Canada. There it was when I was there. That's when we first started Saturday Night Main Event. I mean, we were the foundation. A lot of people don't realize this. I'll tell you why I like the singles career real quick. You just kicked in. Thank you. This is. I wrestled Paul Orndorff as much as anybody did, from Louisiana to my first trips to New York. And in '84, I was getting Paul ready for WrestleMania 1. Tito and I. It was back and forth, me and Tito. And we do Paul the favor, and we're getting the heat on him. Oh, man, big heat, man. We almost got... Paul got a bottle in his mouth in Boston Gardens. I told that story in the book. Dick Worley almost got killed by an elbow pipe. I mean, Boston was the roughest place, but from Madison Square Garden, I wrestled Paul Orndorff all over the place, and he I don't know. I don't think I wrestled Paul in the Garden, but in big venues all over, and tons and tons of the smaller venues. And growing up with Paul and getting him, I used to help Paul all the time. And if he was here, he would tell you that. And he's already said it. He'd ask me for advice and this and that. And it was almost easier to, it's like I've coached for so long, so many sports. I was kind of almost like I'm born to be a coach rather than a player. It's fun to pass little knowledge, and I love to coach stuff from kids especially. But anyway, it's from wrestling that kind of gives me that passion. And Paul was the guy that, but we built that. Paul was the first one of the strong heel in WrestleMania 1, and he continued on, and Paul should have been the world champion, in my opinion, after he got hurt. That injury, I believe it happened, I don't know if it was Orndorff and Hogan had one of the best steel cage matches I've ever seen in the Cap Center in Maryland. It was freaking awesome. And I remember Paul said to me, this is a great story, and I don't think we're in the Cap Center. Paul's getting ready to wrestle Hogan in the cage, and he's going to me, beep, beep. He called me Beeper, you know. I said, yeah, Papa, what's up? He said, I need to outsmart Hogan. I need to do something. I got to go out there and shine first, get some heat, and outshine him. You got any ideas? And I said, no. I said, how about this? I said, you know your body's better than his. Yeah. That's how Paul would. Yeah. You know, you're more chiseled. You're more of a bodybuilder. Hulkster's big, huge. You need to capitalize on those striations and the ab. Yeah. And I'm sucking them in and sucking. And you know, at that time, Paul was injured because he got injured, and his nerve was shrinking in his arm. And I kept saying, Paul, you need to take time off. Go get fixed. You'll come back. You're going to be the world champion. Well, he wouldn't listen. You know, he's making, 30, 40 grand, 50 grand more every week. I mean, big, huge money, $27,000. Just action figure. And he did not want to stop. He would not stop to get the operation. And, he had a pinched nerve. And it was blocking the blood flow into his bicep and into his right arm. So I said, okay, your legs are way better than his. Oh, yes. So I said, you know how he does a bow and arrow, Bob Huckster does? Well, you got to do that. You emulate him and then show him your legs for every move he does, highlight him, show him, beat him at every move. And then afterwards, show him your legs. Yeah, he's buying this hook, line, and sinker. Show him your abs. Yeah, do the wonderful. Yeah. Get mean. Show him that mean. Yeah. And I said, then break down into the fiddler crab. He goes, yeah, I'm gonna break down into the. Oh, well, fiddler crab only had one arm, and it's his arm was all shrunk. I'm trying to get a thing, and oh my God, I thought he was gonna punch me. He got so pissed when I said that because he is so vain. I mean, so freaking vain. Oh God, the only guy I know, he'd jump up. We used to have, heal a room at the day's end and be in the, he'd be in one bed, I'd be in another bed, and he'd jump up. He always he'd shower in 5 minutes. I mean, he was quick, but he had to have that blow dry, the cologne, fresh. I mean, he had to always have the tight jeans, looking good. Paul was just, he was a character. I miss that guy so much, Mr. Wonderful. But that was funny. I had a lot of great stories with Paul. There's so many stories.
And a lot of the stories can be found in the book, Truth Be Told. You throw Truth Be Told into the Amazon search engine or just into Google, it'll pop up. It's a great Christmas gift for any wrestling fan out there. It's an unbelievable read. I'm enjoying it so much, and I'm just getting to the Killer Beast stuff, so I'm super excited to get through that. And look, I know I've been reading it for a while now. I'm not a fast reader. Don't pick on me, people. All right, and you know what fucked me up, right, Brian? You don't call Hulk, you call him Terry. So I'm reading the fucking book, and you're going, and Terry said this, and I'm going, who the fuck is Terry? I miss Terry. I got to go back 3 pages.
I'm sorry.
It's on the front of the book, stupid. It says Terry Hulk Hogan. I go, duh, you dummy. See, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the brightest bulb in the bunch, people.
Oh, that's a great story. Most people know. Well, maybe I take it for granted. Maybe Ian and I kind of, slipped up there. But I tell you guys, before the end of that book, I was in the worst pain that I could ever tell you. Nobody knows what osteomyelitis feels like. It's worse than kidney stones, worse than having a baby, because pregnant women that have had it said, "Oh, this is way, way worse." People, I've had kidney stones. Osteomyelitis, brother, feels like they're stabbing you and it won't stop. It's relentless. And I had to be picked up with these scooped out of my house. I mean, it was months before I could walk again. And that pain was, it's like you want to die. And but now I've got 2.5 pounds of metal in my body. I can't swim. I'm like the Bionic Man. I got like a railroad track all the way up. So we all get hurt in wrestling. It's so many guys, and that's one thing. I mean, if you look at my hand right here, I mean that's stitched from. And you know where I did that right there? I did that right here. Let me see. Oh, every story that I tell you, I can back up. This is a Japan ticket, and can you see who's on there?
Yeah. Is that no? It's a little blurry.
Looks like a Noki.
Is that Stud? Is the Stud Orndorff?
Yeah.
I can't see.
Anyway, it's Eddie Gilbert, Orndorff, of course, Inoki, Muta, Sakaguchi, bunch of guys. But Big John Studd was a great guy. I pulled a great rib on him there. His back was killing him. You guys asked me to a couple of ribs. So Big John Studd, that's where Big John Studd named Paul Oscar. Because he was grouching so much. We were on a 6-week tour there. And it's also where we had a riot in Hiroshima. I could tell you lots of stories. I don't know how much. But anyway, Big John Studd. John Minton was such a good guy, and shout out to his son. Wonderful kid, and his daughter, and his wife. But John's back was hurting him so bad, and everything's a rib in the business it was then. It's changed now. But we went go into this little town, and it's so hard to find the light switch. I got off the bus first, and I was searching for it for 5 minutes. So John had this big luggage, and he's the last guy, always last guy. He gets up to this floor, and he's screaming, holding onto the thing. And then you hear, "Where's the effing light switch?" I said, "John, it's under the bed." What? I said, "These countries are messed up, brother." A couple of minutes later, we hear, he's screaming, and we run down to the room, thought somebody's getting murdered. It was Big John Studd, and he was stuck. From out under the bed, he was looking for the light switch. Oh gosh! Oh, forgive me. God bless him. Oh.
Well, Brian, this has been an absolute pleasure. I know we've only scratched the surface, but we don't have all night.
No, absolutely not.
Truth be told, grab that book. And Brian, we'd love to get you back on, maybe before the Cauliflower Alley Club reunion in August. We could talk about that, and by that point, hopefully the big announcement has been made, and we can discuss that.
Yeah. I got some big announcements for CAC this year. Really big. Baby. Yeah. Sometime before we'll plug it down. I really appreciate it, guys. God bless you. WTHK.
KJG, it's tough.
KJJ.
Yeah.
Super guys. Kevin. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas. I appreciate you putting up with me tonight, man. You got to see the real B breakdown. I swear, I've never done that. I mean, this is a professional live podcast, but you got to see my heart, my soul, and I don't care because I appreciate you. We're all real people, and we still had some fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling us professional. Brian, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a happy holiday. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks again, Brian.
God bless you. Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, Brendo.
Hey.
B. Brian Blair, baby.
Follow him on the Twitter machine at KillerB1B. And that first B is spelled B-E-E. It's going across the bottom of the screen there. We still have so much more show left to go here. We're going to talk some AEW. We're going to talk some TNA. We're going to do HK's homework. And KJG is going to give us a homework.
Oh, baby.
But you know what we always say?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Back after this.
We would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in every week to listen to the Shining Wizards. Here are some other ways in which you can support the show. If you shop on Amazon, visit amazon.shiningwizards.com and shop the way you always do. You'll pay the same low prices, and a portion of your purchase will help support the show. If you'd like to buy a Shining Wizards t-shirt, visit merch.shiningwizards.com to visit our pro wrestling tee store and select from over a dozen great designs. You can also become a Patreon supporter at patreon.shiningwizards.com, where we offer bonus content, producer credits, special legend shows where you participate in the show, and so much more. Continue to listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts and watch the show live on social media. Don't forget to like, rate, review, and subscribe. Your continued support helps us to keep bringing you the best in professional wrestling podcasting.
It's time for your weekly lineup of shows on the Shining Wizards Network. On Mondays, it's the latest from Gorilla Brain, featuring the year of Duke and Rowe, covering a year's worth of classic wrestling, and the Tots Pod, introducing the world to wrestling action figure collecting. Also on Mondays, it's 30 Screams or Less, a weekly review of horror movies in 30 minutes or less. Rounding out Mondays, it's the Shining Wizards, covering everything in the world of pro wrestling. On Wednesdays, it's the Mark Order Podcast, keeping you up to date on everything AEW. On Fridays, it's Horns Up, as Radioactive Metal brings you everything in the world of heavy metal music. And on Saturdays, it's the ROH Revelry, covering everything in the history of Ring of Honor. The Shining Wizards Network is also the home to other great shows, like Bread Club, bringing you the latest from New Japan Pro Wrestling. The Brocast, your watch-along from Down Under, featuring the greatest wrestling matches in history. Turnbuckle Throwbacks, paying homage to the greatest shows in the history of pro wrestling. Wrestling Night in Canada, a focus on wrestling with a north-of-the-border spin. Going Underground, taking you back to everything in the history of Lucha Underground. An inconclusive breakdown, keeping you up to date on everything happening in the world. Enjoy all of the amazing shows on the Shining Wizards Network, available wherever you listen to podcasts and at shiningwizardsnetwork.com. It's the Shining Wizards Network. Entertainment here.
You ever find yourself in the men's room and you've had one windjammer that's stuck in your butthole and it just doesn't want to come out no matter how hard you push or try to cut it? You need to get yourself a pair of turd tongs. With a comfort tip and a cushion grip, it's the easiest way to get those windjammers out of your butthole. And if you act now, you can get the bonus butt scraper absolutely free. Get a set for your car, put a set in the office, have one in each bathroom in your home. Turd tongs and the butt scraper will absolutely help you. You'll be so happy, you'll want to spend every waking moment in the men's room, even if you don't have to go to the bathroom. So get on the phone right now. Call 551-333-1030 for only $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling, or send check or money order to Turd Tongs at the address on your screen.
Oh boy, Turd Tongs in the house. We are back. We hope you guys enjoyed our little chit chat with Mr. B. Brian Blair. I can't say it enough. The Truth Be Told is an excellent, excellent wrestling book. And I am like halfway through. I'm just a slow reader. And seriously, I was taking a shit today and I'm reading this fucking book. He's going, Terry called me. I'm going, who the fuck is Terry? Like an asshole. Did I fucking miss a page? Was I petting the cat? Was I fucking daydreaming?
Petting the cat? Oh, yeah.
But it's a fucking great read, man. And a lot of those stories he told, look, he's been in the wrestling business for 50 years. You know, I get it. He gets his fucking antennas crossed. Sounds like he had a fucking hell of a day. I appreciate the guy for joining us.
Yes.
You know, he came in a little hot. I was, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for my father-in-law was supposed to die yesterday.
It was heavy. It's heavy.
It was heavy.
It was heavy, but fucking great talk. Yeah, check out The Truth Be Told. I highly recommend it. Highly recommended. Easy wrestling read. Not a new book though, HK. Just a heads up.
Hey, it's as far as it's concerned, his Twitter says it's new. So I will take it straight from the source, bitch.
I mean, the fucking thing says finalist for 2021 Best Wrestling.
Hey, if he says it on his Twitter, I'm going with what he says.
You think he updates Twitter?
Who am I to correct B. Brian Blair?
All right, that's fair. That's fair. And you know what? We got to bury Larry Zbyszko, but you know what we didn't get to do, HK? I don't know if you knew this. 84, he was getting tag team title shots with Bob Backlund.
I hope we get another. I hope we get another chance. I hope we get another opportunity.
And Adonis, and I was going to ask him about it, but you know,
yeah. I hope we get another opportunity to sit down and talk to him because there are a lot more questions that they kind of race through your mind. But the guy is such a talker, and he on his roll, and you hate to interrupt a roll.
Yeah, no, I agree. Before we move on, is there anything else we left out of Saturday night's main event that you guys would like to talk about?
No, I think for me, I think Handjob Kyle nailed it. I was looking for a little bit more nostalgia aspect, a little bit less of the LED boards, a little bit more. You know how they used to open with the promos from the wrestlers. I really wanted those small touches peppered in there. The event itself, I thoroughly enjoyed. I don't think that there was anything that I watched in the event itself that I didn't go, wow, that was fun. That was entertaining. Loved the women's U.S. title match. Thought that went over fantastic. And then the bullshit afterwards with Kevin Owens and it being kind of like almost like a .com exclusive. I thought that was fantastic. So this is one of the more enjoyable watches that they've done so far this year. And it didn't need to be, you didn't need to be anything out of the ordinary. And I appreciated that about it.
Yeah, to me, it gave me like In Your House vibes, like the early In Your Houses that were like 2 hours. They're quick in and outs. They kept the stories going. You got good matches out of it. So same thing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't say enough good things about that Gunther match too, because I felt like he needed that big dominating win, and he sure shit did. So
now, KJG, let me ask you this. We all know what Saturday night's main event was growing up. Right now, we're in a whole new era. Prime time, Saturday night, 8:00 on NBC. There's no college football. There's nothing crazy going on. Did you think it was a little weird that they didn't use that platform to there was no backstage vignettes? There was no introduction to who these guys are. It was just like if you're flipping through the channels, you just see wrestling on, and if you decide to stay, you stay and you watch it. But there was no this is Cody Rhodes. He's our champion. Outside of the little box when he comes out and it tells you all his accomplishments. And, to Tony's point, he's not here to talk about it, but those vignettes at the beginning of the show kind of tell you what you're in for. And if you're just channel surfing, I just thought it was weird. Out of all the things to bring back from the old Saturday night's main event, using a vignette or a backstage segment to maybe introduce a character to possibly a new fan base or somebody who went away and is just coming back for the nostalgia of Saturday night.
Right. So I see where you're going with it, but I feel like if you're channel surfing, you're probably coming in the middle of something anyway. So that's not going to move the needle for you one way or the other. So even if you do the backstage vignettes, even if you do those things, if I'm just flipping through, then what am I watching? I don't know what I'm watching anyway. So to me, I don't think they would have gained any channel surfing fans. All of this stuff, if they wanted to do like they did back in the day, and I'm not sure if this would have been on USA or NBC, if you wanted to have an additional show leading up to the Saturday night's main event where you have a chance to introduce these people to each other, they would do these for pay-per-views, they would do the SummerSlam lead-in show where they would have, or the Survivor Series lead-in show where they would take one guy from each team and put them against each other with vignettes ahead of time and stuff like that. But I wasn't too turned off by it in any aspect of it. I know what WWE is now. It'd be like me saying, well, I wish Raw would be at the Hammerstein Ballroom every week. I get it. I understand that people are leading into the nostalgia, but I think there was a fine line between presenting what you do now and leaning back into what you did then.
Gentlemen, anyone else? Any thoughts?
No, I think for the most part, I think I agree with what you're saying, KJG. I don't know that they would. I see, and when I tuned in on Peacock, hoping that there would be some type of a pre-show, and I think that would have been wise, just to do some type of a pre-show on Peacock, maybe not on NBC. But at least on Peacock, I thought that would have been great. And again, like I said before, I think the lack of the vignettes, and I mean, and like even the old ones, they started with like 15-second top, like here's Andre, this is what Andre does. Here's Ravishing Rick. Like it gives you such a feel for what's going on.
Was there a pre-show streaming anywhere? There had to have been, right?
No.
We got that.
No.
There was that weird. And that's a weird thing too. Like I know it was streaming on Peacock. The two lead-in shows was Cleft Palate at 7 to 7:30, and then we caught like the last 2 minutes of whatever was on beforehand. There was a Bella involved with whatever was on.
Yeah,
right. Nikki Bella was on, but I don't know what the fucking show was. Let me see.
Why the fuck was Peter? Like, why was Peter Rosenberg in a fucking tux if he wasn't on my TV once? Like, they had to have done something. A streaming show on YouTube or something.
Nothing that I saw. And if it was it wouldn't make sense not to have it on Peacock.
It had to have been a YouTube exclusive or on their Twitter or something. They had to have, because didn't CM Punk do something too?
Something. I think there was something on Twitter backstage. Maybe I know there was a dark match too.
Yeah, dark match. Motor City Machine Guns versus A-Town Down. Was the dark match.
How about them?
On the WWE YouTube page, I don't want this to play because I don't want it to bleed through. Saturday night's main event on demand Peacock. It looks like it's all highlights. It doesn't look like if there's a pre-show. No, there's no pre-show on YouTube.
They had too many people there. I saw so many backstage or pictures on Instagrams for there not to have been something, because I don't remember seeing Jackie Redmond on the TV once while we were watching it. I don't remember seeing Rosenberg on the TV once while we were watching it. Yet I'm seeing pictures of them all dressed up and with microphones in their hands or something.
So
Jackson.
I did just on WWE. There was a Saturday's main event exclusive where Jackie and Peter Rosenberg are interviewing talent after matches. So here, this is a 3-minute clip where they talk to Gunther. Here's one with Byron Saxon talking to Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. So I guess that's what that was for.
Okay. So I guess there was no pre-show. So to HK's point, it would have been, a free-for-all. Sunday night, or what Sunday Night Heat became, or something they could have done, and then just said, "Hey, after you're done watching this, go over to NBC." But it was streaming on Peacock too, though.
Right.
So
it could have been a Peacock. It could have easily been a Peacock pre-show.
Yeah.
Now we talked about this at Tony's house. Tony is so full of shit too. Wherever he is, Matt stunk up my house. Incorrect. We already covered this at the beginning of the show. Tony Zatkos, thanks for watching. Now, the way the show ended and the post-match stuff that we got later with the package pile driver, Triple H coming out and confronting Kevin Owens, we have another main event before the Royal Rumble. We talked about this a little bit. Is there a world where you could see Owens beating Cody at the next main event for the title, just to run it back at the Rumble a week later to make a big splash in the new year with Netflix, Raw, SmackDown USA, Saturday night's main event quarterly?
It's a hard. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think that you're going to see Cody off for a little bit here. I think that's going to be the plan. I think Kevin Owens probably parades around that winged eagle, which looked fantastic, by the way. And I think that he,
did Triple H take that back?
No, he kind of slapped it out of his hands And then Owens picked it back up, and Owens has even been posting pictures of him with the winged eagle as well. Obviously, they put out some updates of Cody's got this, this and this happened. I don't remember what the exact words were for the medical side of it, but with him them doing the stretcher job and all that, I think that Cody definitely, I think, probably takes a little bit of time off, and Kevin Owens gets to parade around that winged eagle because we all know how much the winged eagle meant to Cody to be able to have that, and they did the presentation for him and all that. So I think at a certain point when you do get Cody back, it'll be the two of them with with Kevin Owens being the guy that's got the winged eagle and Cody that's got the the big W, and they'll go at it again. But I don't think that Owens will a flash victory for Owens for the belt. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, WWE posted suffered cervical swelling. Neck X-rays are negative, but he has been officially diagnosed with an axial compression of the cervical spine.
A lot of big words there.
I was gonna say, I'm shocked you pulled that off, Double T.
Well done.
I'm on fire tonight. I didn't have to talk for the last 45 minutes because B. Brian Blair was on, so I got some making up to do. Hey, it's Nelly. You miss B. Brian Blair, kiddo. Anything else in the WWE we want to chat on? Because I do want to talk a little AEW.
Great.
I'm okay.
So I watched, for the first time in a very long time, I watched all 3 shows this week.
Oh,
all right.
I watched 2.
What you watched? Collision and Dynamite.
I watched Dynamite and Rampage.
All right. Wow, that's a weird choice, but okay, I like it though. Dynamite
was on Rampage.
He was.
That's right.
Dynamite, I enjoyed. There's a couple things that bothered me. I didn't like that Ospreay, Claudio, and Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly essentially had the same roll-up finish, back to back, no less. That kind of bothered me. I didn't like Ricochet beating Brody King. I think Brody King should use this Continental Classic to highlight him as like a fucking monster. He shouldn't be losing to Ricochet. Sorry.
I think I like the way Ricochet won though, because he's starting to lean into the little heelish stuff.
Okay.
He's hitting him on the top with that exposed turnbuckle and everything.
Yeah,
I think it protects Brody a little bit. He still kicked his ass 99% of the time, but I didn't see how the turnbuckle got exposed. I don't know if Brody pulled it off by mistake or something, but it's got a little bit more of the story of him maybe leaning towards Hurt Business. So, I mean, I would love. I'm a big fan of Brody. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Brody. I would have loved him to win, but I could see where they're going with this.
I love Death Riders against Jay White and Orange Cassidy. I don't know what's going on here. And look, I'm a Jay White mark. I don't care what you say. I love that he hit the fucking Blade Runner on everybody. He's a stud. I don't know about a 4-way dance. Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa. I don't know. I got nothing for you guys. I really don't. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. They had something with Toni Storm and Mariah May, and then Mariah May makes the turn, and it's like they just forgot how to fucking book this feud. And look, man, Toni Storm was by and far for the first half of the year one of the biggest stars of the company. How do you bring her back and have her fucking return match be on fucking Rampage?
Did you see AEW put out a backstage video with Toni Storm? I saw it this morning. Did you see that?
I didn't.
Yeah. Apparently she has amnesia. So she thinks she's showing up in AEW for the first time.
No way.
Yep. There was a backstage one on Twitter where she's excited to be here, and
it's a pleasure to meet Briscoe.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe, great to see you. So I'm saying that explains why she didn't go. I'm not saying it's great, but yeah,
it was such a fucking mess, man. It was Mercedes Moné with that promo. So Tony and I were live texting Dynamite together.
There's no shot he was watching Dynamite.
Oh, yes, there was. And we were
He
texting
didn't say
back
shit
and-
about this fucking Saturday night.
Oh man, and we're watching, and Monet's back there, and she looks like one of the characters out of Jabba's hut, and he hit me with a "she looks like Jabba's slut," fucking home run hit. I did not. The thing that bothered me, I think, the most out of the entire show was Tony Storm coming back, them showing fucking Thunder Rosa in the crowd. Thunder Rosa in the crowd holding a "what the fuck" sign before Tony Storm even comes out. And they go back to Thunder Rosa in the fucking crowd holding a sign saying "what the fuck." Boom, Tony Storm's back. Then back to Thunder Rosa with a sign in the crowd saying what the fuck? What the fuck is the point in that? And Tony Storm comes back. And then to your point, Double T, and I'm so glad that you fucking made it. They bring her back, which should be a big thing, and her big match back, and they put it on goddamn Rampage for 14 people to fucking watch? Could you be that out of touch with not only the fans, but your own product to think that the returning Tony Storm match is a good idea to put on Rampage? Jesus Christ, blow my ass.
Yeah, there's so many different things that you can like ask questions about when it comes to this. Like, first of all, that amnesia thing fucking blew me the fuck away. Like, that's
fucking hideous.
That's mind-boggling. And then putting her back on Rampage only to have her wrestle again on Collision the next night, which was like, all right, if you're gonna like, whatever. And then the Thunder Rosa stuff, it was basically like we talked about this on Saturday night. Like, it was basically like, all right, Kip Sabian and Jace, like we're doing Kip Sabian 2.0. With this Thunder, which was this the first time that they've done that? And then she was like, also, she had the sign that said "not my champ" or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like a play on like, not my president bullshit. Like, I don't know, man. Lot of question marks around the whole Tony Storm. I'm glad that she's back to that old gimmick. I mean, I never disliked that. I mean, Timeless Tony ended up being incredible, but I don't hate original OG Tony Storm.
But regardless of how you feel about the character that she has now, the character that she had was extremely popular. So to take that character away when it's, I don't know if it was at the height of its popularity, but still extremely hot, to do this "I have amnesia" gimmick. Like, we even get a fucking Timeless Tony Storm action figure yet, and it's fucking gone. Like,
There's a Timeless Tony.
Is it a ringside exclusive?
I think so.
Okay, I'm talking about an actual release, Double T. Now, I'm not talking about the fucking ringside exclusive.
Sure,
You
look,
might as well have her come back and wrestle her fucking first match on Rampage.
at least the amnesia thing, like during her first match, she went to do like her Timeless thing, and then she stopped herself and threw the horns up. Like, she had a moment where she knew what she. Look, I'm not saying it's the best, but I think
did like this, Double T, like this.
She was gonna do whatever.
She was gonna do a thing, and then she went like this instead.
Yeah, and then she did horns instead.
Oh gosh, she went horns. Gotcha.
She was in the corner, and she was gonna do like the cannonball, and she did the thing with her hands that she usually did when she was Timeless. But then she stopped herself halfway and kind of looked around, and then did the horns.
Oh, she stopped herself and then.
So look, at some point she's gonna remember who she is, and I guess that's the journey we're gonna go on. And then when she remembers who she is, it's gonna hopefully the payoff will be exciting.
So you.
I'm trying to make it work, guys. I'm trying to make it work
with the
here.
horns, right?
Because I'm not done complaining about fucking AEW.
So
Thank you.
You go from like this, like almost non-believable character, right? Like in Timeless Tony, which was great as entertainment, but like who actually is that way? And then you're gonna go to a gimmick where you're amnesia, where you completely forget about this insanely ridiculous character that you had in the first place. It's like one thing, like forgetting that you've been somewhere, but like to go from one extreme to the other like this is just. And Brundo, this was all on like social media, right? This wasn't on Dynamite or Collision, which I've watched both, and I don't remember seeing either one of them.
Yeah, it was. I guess it was like one of those backstage exclusive after the match. Twitter promos or whatnot. I'm willing to give this one a little bit of a shot because I remember how ridiculous Timeless Tony Storm was in the beginning and how much of amazing she made that work. So I'm willing to give it a couple of weeks, see what it looks like. Tony Storm's amazing. If anybody can make it work, she can.
Matt, do you remember how Tony Storm became timeless Tony Storm? Like, what was the transition from being like Tony Storm to timeless Tony Storm? Because it feels like she already had amnesia once.
I can't remember what happened on fucking Dynamite last week.
Yeah.
You want me to go back 2 years? Scott George says Tony stuck back in the year 2022, Matt. All right. Someone take care of whatever's going on there. That's fucking weird. So that's Dynamite and Collision, or Rampage. Then we get to Collision. Okay. I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. I understand what the G1 is. Okay. It's the G1. AEW could lean into it a little more and not make it all first-time matches and have a history between these guys, because a little story isn't going to hurt. Why is Okada just another fucking dude in AEW? And why, right? I get it. People have to lose in these tournaments. That's what Beast Mortis is there to do. Why is Beast Mortis getting a 15-minute fucking match against Okada? And why are you going to show me him beating fucking Aaron Solo like it means something? Like I'm supposed to go, oh my God, Beast Mortis beat Aaron Solo. That means he stands a chance against Okada. And then you're telling me Okada's the best tournament wrestler ever. You have a working agreement with New Japan. Show me some fucking clips of what he's done in tournaments. It's fucking retarded.
Show him last year. Oh, wait, no. He was
so fucking stupid. And I got to sit here and watch this bullshit. And I can't wait for these first-time matchups. They don't fucking mean anything. Okada's just a dude. He hasn't wrestled all fucking year. He's one of the best. He was a fucking best wrestler in the world in New Japan. He comes to AEW. His fucking big caveat is he says, bitch, and he gives people the middle finger. Fuck yourself. Fuck you, Tony Khan. And all you shitbird producers who fucking decides to do this. Let's have back-to-back roll-ups in these two matches. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck this shit.
Tony's so glad he missed it.
Let it out, Double T. Let it out, man.
I'm so fucking annoyed watching this. You know what I loved? I loved the Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe match. There was a fucking story there. Mark Briscoe had to get the win. Kyle Fletcher was going to run the table. It wasn't fucking high spot fest. They told a story in the ring. It was a great match. But I had to sift through all this fucking dog shit to fucking watch it. Oh, and you know what else I liked? I liked the Action Andretti Leo Rush against Top Flight match. You want to know why? Because Top Flight came out with a manager and she got fucking bumped to the ground and it was a distraction, and that's why Top Flight lost. That's why you shouldn't have managers.
How about those jackets?
Oh, fucking Leo Rush and Action Andretti.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know. What was that? What, Rampage? Where Harley Cameron's talking into the fucking camera before they go to commercial break. She knows when they're going to cue the commercial break. What are we doing?
That's rough.
So annoyed about Okada, Beast Mortis. And I looked up his fucking cage match. Loss. He beat Aaron Solo on Collision in 56 seconds. Who the fuck is Aaron Solo? Loss. He beat Serpentico at Rampage. Loss. Why the fuck do I care?
You don't, Double T. You don't. You're getting to that point. I think that I hit months ago, more than months ago. Like it's all become the fucking same, and it's all become so aggravating, and it's hard to find the good when you have to sift through so much shit to point to that's the thing that I enjoyed.
And then I got more.
I
got more for you.
Woo!
And New Japan had their show last night. Fucking CEO. Great. She fucking wins. She's going to have a match at the fucking Tokyo Dome. Great.
Gives a shit.
You completely ruined her fucking character by letting her go online and post a video of her crying, being exciting about getting a chance to wrestle at the Tokyo Dome. Ruined. CEO, am I supposed to be fucking mad about it now that when she's on Dynamite being a cunt? No, because she showed her fucking human side in this stupid fucking video.
Did you see the video of her reading through comments going, what about Bailey inspired gear? And she went, she should have Monet inspired. Fuck yourself.
No,
God,
she's
she's fucking
supposed to be a
miserable.
fucking cunt.
She's
On
fucking miserable.
AEW, she's supposed to be a fucking menace. You're supposed to hate her because she's a cocky bitch. And then here she is showing her human side, completely killing the gimmick.
So what did I see? Because apparently she's been all over the place. Wasn't she like dancing with
Yeah, in front of
Sakawa?
in front of about 28 people.
Yeah. There were people at Final Resolution, it looked like.
Jesus Christ.
Like
Bad.
Is that part of like your ire right here? Because like she's not being herself. She's like out there like dancing, and she's not supposed to be the person that we hate.
So when you turn in to whatever Christmas bullshit bash is Wednesday night, she's Anna Jay. Like, why do I give a shit now? She's not a mean, nasty girl anymore. She just showed me who she was. She completely ruined the illusion.
Are we gonna have like Matt joining the HK Tony Brigade?
No, I'm just fucking annoyed, man. I fucking wasted 4 hours watching this bullshit, and you're fucking giving it to me like I'm supposed to get excited about it.
Matt gives the homework.
Tony Storm fucking amnesia, and you didn't even put it on the show. I got to go on the internet. Like, stop catering to the fucking IWC. Guess what? Those people that fucking live their life on Twitter, those wrestling fans, they don't buy tickets to go to shows. They don't watch fucking TV. They watch it to hate watch it. You want to cater to the people that are in the building, the people that actually like the fucking product. I gotta search out this bullshit now and watch this stupid fucking thing.
So at least every company seems to be consistent this weekend. No one's like Matt, like you mentioned before about the not having the Saturday night main event, vignettes and build up, and then now with this amnesia stuff on social media and New Japan Wrestling just totally breaking kayfabe, like in a way about somebody that we're supposed to really start hating now. So I mean, at least wrestling's been consistent this week.
I guess I'm just like, I don't know, like WWE is fucking red hot. They can do no wrong. Like I'm seeing what's going on at Raw tonight. Like I'll go back. I can't tell you the last time I went back and watched Monday Night Raw when I'm done with the show, but I've been doing it for the last couple months. Watching AEW is like a fucking chore for me. If I am not home on a Wednesday night or trying to stay awake, I don't fucking want to watch it.
Yeah, and everyone says how they kill it on pay-per-views, which they do. They 100% do kill it on pay-per-views, but that's when we should be getting like your 5-star matches. The weekly TV show should be about the story that gets us to these matches.
We've been fucking saying this.
But I know that. But you guys are saying it like you guys are saying it from like
for like 3 fucking years.
But it's from a different place. It's from deeper down in the gut than where I'm coming from.
It's straight from the sack, KJG.
Big sack. But it's just like, but Matt mentioned the great word, calling it a chore. It's because it's either not what we've been used to, and it's not something that when you really think deep down and hard about it. And I guess I will take a step back and I will apologize to Tony and I will apologize to HK. They haven't been wrong at all in this entire time. But it's just, I guess it's taken me a little bit longer to notice it, Matt. Like I get like AEW used to be a fun watch, but it's because we were seeing stuff like, like Brody Lee and Cody. We've been seeing stuff like MJF and Punk and all this stuff. And now it's just like, all right, you're starting hot with a match. All right, wrestling fans like that. Starting hot, but then there's nothing like to get you through the end of the show.
I got something else I want to bring up here when we're talking about AEW in the shitter. Both AEW and WWE have shows in Orlando, December 28th. One is the AEW pay-per-view World's End. The other is a WWE house show.
You already know the answer to the question.
Yeah.
Do you know what the difference in tickets is right now?
Probably like 6,000.
WWE has moved 2,000 more tickets for their house show than AEW has for their fucking pay-per-view. They're in the fucking toilet, man, and they're not helping themselves. Like, they're not doing anything to help themselves get out of the toilet. The fucking tournament sucks. There's people out there that like it. Good. like it. I fucking hate it. It sucks. Give me a round robin tournament bullshit. Give me fucking single elimination, something I can sink my teeth into. You got all these matches. Got to show me a scorecard. I don't like it. And you got the fucking Death Riders that are supposed to be there to fuck everyone up in AEW. And what do? Oh, yeah, take a spot in the tournament. Go ahead, take a spot in the tournament, you fucking asshole.
That's another thing that bothers me. FTR comes out to cut a promo on Dynamite. We don't have a problem with the Death Riders. Wait, what do you mean you don't have a problem with it? They're trying to destroy the company you work at.
It's fucked. It's fucked.
It's like the Nasty Boys when Hogan joined the NWO. He's like, they don't condone it, but we don't, but we don't see nothing wrong with it neither.
AEW came in hot because they were alternative. They were not trying to be like the WWE. At some point, they started trying to be like the WWE, and it's not working. What they're doing isn't working. And the WWE said, we're going to turn it on its ear, and we're going to ramp this shit up.
When did they start trying to be like the WWE Double T?
I think when they started bringing in a lot of ex-WWE people.
To do nothing with.
This is probably like 3.5 years ago, where they were just you asked about him last week. Where's Keith Lee? Yeah. They were just bringing in Punk, Keith Lee, Swerve, just Saraya, just bringing people in to bring them in for that moment, for that pop, for that one thing.
When Cody left, the plane started to nosedive.
That's yep.
CM Punk came in, it leveled out a little bit, and maybe even went upward. CM Punk leaves, complete fucking nosedive right into the goddamn mountain. It's borderline unwatchable. I still watch it every fucking Wednesday night.
I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again. Because there's things I like, but there's like these glaring things. Like, you were working with New Japan. Why are you not showing me? Right? Because look. I will always bring this up. I was at that Grand Slam AEW the second year when they brought Muta back to team with Sting, and the kid in front of me had no idea who the Great Muta is. This weird idea that like all AEW fans know about all this other wrestling, like they don't, man. Some people just go and they watch the show and they don't go on the fucking internet. So like a lot of these people just see Okada show up. They don't fucking know. They don't know what he did in New Japan. Like, we are outliers. The people that listen to this, the people on Twitter, like, we're wrestling nerds. We know all this shit. There is actually people who just watch WWE and just watch AEW and then don't go on Twitter. They don't go on dirt sheets. They probably like eat a healthy dinner. They probably like spend time with their family. They're not living it. And I think like people need to like the people in charge at AEW need to understand like you to stop catering to the fucking internet wrestling fans.
You're telling me the sickos don't have the education, Double T?
Yes, I am.
Educate me, clowns.
And then Friday, we got to pick. I will never refer to it as Ring of Honor again. It is now reached WWE ECW level. It is AEW ROH. That's what it is. This fucking final battle's dog shit.
I was just going to ask you if there's anything redeeming about Ring of Honor. Because it seems like now exclude my like fanboy shit aside, right? Is there any like validity?
I will tell you what, that's the best thing they're doing. Because I told you, I think I said it last week. Chris Jericho going on Dynamite and telling you to go to watchroh.com might be the first time any single fucking wrestler has promoted watchroh.com since they've had this. It's fucking retarded. And yeah, I say retarded a lot because I'm fucking upset. The Chris Jericho, Matt Cardona thing is great. It's great, right? Fucking Jericho showed up in GCW to attack Cardona and Effie. Like, feed into it. Like, help build the fucking match, you know? Look, Red Velvet Layla Hirsch for the women's title. I don't know. I don't watch Ring of Honor. I'm sure it'll be great. The Sons of Texas. Like, Dustin cut a promo. Dustin looks awful, by the way. He cut a promo on Collision. Don't ever mention my father. Just put the fucking titles on Vincent and Dutch. Or are you going to have them lose like you had them lose to fucking MJF when he was the tag champion and he was just 1 against 2 like he's some magical fucking wrestler? Bullshit. Jay Lethal, QT Marshall. What are we doing here?
Wait, who versus QT Marshall?
Jay Lethal.
Oh, I'm here for that.
You're there for. I don't again. I haven't watched Ring of Honor in forever because that's a fucking chore in itself. Here we go. Brian Cage against Willie Mack against Commander against Mark Davis against AR Fox against Blake Christian.
Wow.
For the ROH World Television title. I'm sure it'll be super fucking crazy, flying all over the place, but like, I don't know, man. Athena, Billy Starks, they did it last year and it was awesome. I don't know why she went back to being a minion. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
What was AR Fox's fucking storyline? He used to be something on Dynamite. What the fuck was his story?
He was jeez. Was he in Christian's group for like 5 minutes? I think.
He had a fallout with Darby.
Yes. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
but then he
Darby,
couldn't.
He turned heel on Darby.
Go over.
Or
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Because like Darby like took him in while he was like homeless or something. Is that right?
Yeah.
None of it fucking matters.
Fox debuted. He was a trio with Dante Martin and Darius. They lost to Death Triangle. Then he lost to Pockets. Then he joined the Mogul Embassy.
That was it.
And then they beat the shit out of him after he beat Nick Wayne. So he joined the Mogul Embassy on July 26th, and he got beat out of the Mogul Embassy on August 23rd.
Wasn't that when they were supposed to go to like Europe? And
he lied about like he didn't have a passport or something.
Something like that.
Let's see what happened on Ring of Honor this week in the notes. My guy Brundo. Here we go. Athena beat Billy Stark, Layla Hirsch, and Red Velvet. So she's going to the Wrestle Dynasty Women's Cup. The Outrunners beat the Premier Athletes. Whatever. Nobody gives a shit about the Premier Athletes. They were in a 10-man tag match on Dynamite. The best thing they do is they come out and they say athletes rule, and then the crowd yells athletes suck. So I think that's pretty clever. Madison Rayne defeats Allison Kay. All right.
Allison Kay, wow.
Yeah. Toa Leone defeated Lee Johnson. The Grizzled Young Vets defended the strong tag titles against MXM Collection. They lost those. They just lost those to.
Who's Royce Isaac's tag team partner?
Jarrell Nelson.
Yeah,
he's been around for a minute.
Yeah, they've been the West Coast Wrecking Crew for a while now.
That's right. Okay.
Shane Taylor beat Kenny King in a fight. I didn't even know Kenny King was back in Ring of Honor.
No. That was they do a throwback match every week. So that was the throwback to their Fight Without Honor. Were you there for that? Weren't you there for that one?
Was that at the last final battle?
I think so. It was like a Fight Without Honor. Yeah.
The Sons of Texas beat Eric Dillinger and Josh Crane. Oh, they stood a fucking chance.
Hey, those are Mott Spock guys.
It's great. And then Lee Moriarty beat Matt Taven for the pure title. And then Lee Moriarty has like a mystery opponent at Final Battle.
He threw out a open challenge.
Oh, great. So Shibata's going to wrestle him. Great.
That's right.
Does he still wrestle with the singlet with the straps down? Lee Moriarty?
Honor. I can't tell you. I have no idea.
I'm surprised we didn't get Shane Taylor and Keith Lee somehow on for this one.
Bring back
to happen every year.
Killers. Bring them back. Look, at least they stopped putting Ring of Honor people on Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision.
Well,
for the most part,
they're champion kind of on those shows.
Yeah, but like they're using him there to promote WatchROH.com, which is something no other. Eddie Kingston didn't do it. Mark Briscoe didn't do it. They didn't even mention he was a fucking Ring of Honor champion when he was on. He was just Mark Briscoe.
Are they charging you for this event?
Matt's like, I ain't paying.
Fucking no. Let's see.
No, I'm just saying in general, not charging Double T specifically.
Yeah, like Matt looked at you with such like disgust.
Yeah,
He's like,
you fucking charge me?
You fucking ass.
You gonna fucking charge me?
They are.
You ain't gonna charge me?
Let's see. How do I watch it? I guess I got to go to watch. Oh, Doug, got to go to WatchROH.com.
Yeah, they said that.
I wish you could see your face when HK asked that question.
Sir John wants to know: Is this wrestling generic or reviewing a specific show?
We're everywhere, man.
Yeah, all over the map.
All over the bat.
Me?
It looks like it is included in your monthly subscription.
Oh,
who's monthly subscription? Me?
That would be Milwaukee Tom's.
I think I still have the login, so if anybody wants to,
I'll check out Bros.
Matt, if you want to go nuts.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I will definitely watch it Friday night when I come home. 100%. I'm gonna watch it. I'm like what's that? A glutton for punishment.
Gluten for punishment.
There's
that's
Matt.
Celiac for punishment.
That's my rage on AEW.
Did you watch TNA? TNA was banging.
I did not watch TNA, but I did see the two big clips. I guess it's Tessa Blanchard returning,
That's right.
and then a fan smacking Eddie Edwards.
What a POS. God.
Which I mean, he didn't like. I smacked a guest in Tony's basement harder than this guy smacked Eddie Edwards.
Yes.
But Eddie Edwards smacked him back. Good. I mean, don't touch the fucking. I don't know, man. You don't touch the fucking wrestlers.
No.
Yeah.
Like that's a, you know, God, good for Eddie Edwards for not beating the dog shit out of him.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say. Is that he is damn lucky that Eddie didn't turn it and just fucking annihilate. And I've worked shows before where a fan has slapped a wrestler and they're damn lucky that all they got was a pie face in return. Like that's.
Yeah.
It's fucking unacceptable unless they're doing the spot. And I wish people wouldn't do the spot where you hold the other guy and you go slap his chest and all that kind of stuff. And I've seen that go south too.
Oh, Brungo got to do
I've done that. Yeah.
When you hold the wrestler, I watched fucking Scotty Steiner hold former guest of the show Darren Corbin, and Darren Corbin got fucking punched in the face for that spot, not shot, punched in the fuck. I just don't do the spot, man. Don't leave him in the fucking stands.
Yeah, and for people saying that, oh well, Eddie Edwards fucking knocked his beer out of it. So fucking what? The fucking $2 can of PBR and fucking where were they? That arena looked pretty good.
Oh, KJG, you know it's not $2 beer, and it doesn't matter where they were.
PBR and
it's minimum $8 a beer, man.
No way.
At an event, hell yes.
That was held at Center Stage in Atlanta, Georgia.
Is that where they filmed Lucha Underground? It had to have been.
No. Lucha Underground was filmed someplace in Los Angeles, I believe.
Yeah. Center Stage. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. So yeah, that does make sense because it seemed like all the seats were like going up instead of like going back. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
It's where NWA shot TV when they first came back. And it was good.
Okay.
And GCW ran there last weekend.
That's right. Cool. Yeah.
Mastermind. Yeah, that's a great venue.
Matt, can I give you my must watch for the show if you could watch one match?
Yeah.
Masha Slamovich versus
Tasha Steelz.
Mm-hmm. Dude, shit was vicious. So that's my must watch match for that show.
I love it. I love Tessa coming back.
Yeah.
You know, look, and you know, everyone matures. If you've been with us for fucking 13 years, like the first like couple years of the show, like we've all grown. Like we're completely different people now.
It's unreal.
Yes, and like everybody grows up, and people when they're young, you stay dumb shit and you do dumb shit. Like at some point, you just have to let bygones be bygones, right? Tessa Blanchard, she left and she wasn't in TNA for 3 years, and she went through a divorce and the trials and the tribulations of life, and she's hopefully matured, and she's not the woman that, you know, showed this ugly side to herself to other female wrestlers back in the day. Like, just let her show she's changed.
I'd like to let her show her change to me, and I'd also like to see her ugly side. So,
and I thought her return was awesome. Her attacking Jordan Grace, like that's great. If that's the way Jordan Grace goes out, where she wrestles Tessa Blanchard at Genesis in January, and then Jordan Grace is in the Women's Royal Rumble in February, like home run.
Yep.
Yeah,
you know,
they're gonna need some new.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, they're gonna need some new names in that division soon, because it's been like the Jordan Grace, Masha Slamovich division for a long time. So
yeah,
Tessa definitely.
And don't forget Alicia Edwards.
Well, yeah, that's true. But she'll add another name value to the division.
Who I adore, by the way. The Edwards are great people.
Yeah, 100%. And look, people are leaving. Josh Alexander's done there. I think his wife is done there.
Rhino.
Rhino, Trent Seven. But then there's Casey, there's the Casey Navarros of the world. Like TNA is never. Again, I wish I watched TNA every week because they never have a problem cycling in new, younger talent.
I'll tell you this too, Matt. I know you guys are gonna probably groan, but if you didn't watch it, that dude, Top Dollar versus Ziggler,
I heard it was great.
It was really good. Like it was really like the whole show was really like the tables match with the Hardys and the system was really good. Like you said, the Tessa Blanchard, but even before that, Jordan Grace, Rosemary was fine. There was a lot of good stuff on this show, so I totally recommend it. But yeah, I was really, really, really impressed with AJ Francis on this one.
He's another one though. He's on his I think they said his deal's coming up soon too.
Oh, is that right?
I saw that this morning. So interested to see if he stays after this great match.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We have the TNA fucking gimmick. I just got the notification that they charged my credit card for it. So like, if anyone wants to watch the weekly show, like, not anyone, not you guys, if you're listening out there, sorry. But the Wizards, except for Milwaukee Tom, hit me up. The Wizards, you want to watch it, like, I'll give you the login and we could watch like weekly fucking TNA and talk about it.
Love it.
All right. We got to, before we do our homework, I do just want to, in the notes, Brenda was kind enough to throw in, they revealed that the next season of Dark Side of the Ring will debut March 25th. So that'll be
my anniversary, actually.
Yeah. All right. Well, happy marriage.
Yeah, it's been. Definitely has been. She put up with me for 13, 14 years. So
nice. Yeah.
Yes.
Not happy anniversary. Happy marriage.
Again, not the smartest person. I read this book and had no idea who the fuck Terry was. At one point, I thought he was talking about Terry Garvin. Oof. Yikes, dog. I did want to ask him about Mel Phillips, but the interview was getting a little dark. So
yeah, that was didn't see that one coming.
I didn't want to do that. So we have a brand new segment that we started last week. Brenda was kind enough to give us some homework. Samoa Joe, Necro Butcher. HK was up next. He dropped in our lap the 2004 Great American Bash bull rope match between champion Eddie Guerrero and JBL. HK,
yes.
You may have explained it last week, but why did you choose this particular match?
Well, I found a whole new appreciation for JBL, what he's been doing on the indies, and I think what he's been doing on the indies has been very interesting. He's been kind of showing up just everywhere, and there has been a lot of intrigue from me, at least. I don't know about the rest of the wrestling fans out there, but just to see where he's going to show up. Like some of the places he's showing up, you just go, what the fuck is he doing there? Like out of nowhere, and it's exciting to me to all of a sudden, boom, JBL showed up last night at Company X, and you have no idea why, no idea. You don't know what it's building to, or even if it's building to something. But it's to me it's more interesting than anything that Tony Khan's done in a while. So I've been into it, and listening to him fill in for Pritchard on Something to Wrestle has been outstanding. He is an unbelievable storyteller. It's incredible to have had an appreciation for JBL during his time with WWE. And then, he obviously worked commentary for a while. He came back. He did the Baron Corbin thing, which was really horrible. Oh. But like to find this new appreciation for him while watching him show up different places, listening to his stories, like I went, man, I want to bring something JBL to the table and obviously him and Eddie were great dance partners. Eddie, was a great dance partner with pretty much everybody that he wrestled with. But I remember that the storyline being so like borderline, like I don't think you could say that type of shit. Like it was fantastic. Obviously, again, I couldn't throw it a Backlund match after Brundle threw that fucking abortion at me because you guys have calling me a fucking pussy if they didn't have any blood. So I wanted to bring a little blood to the table. And so I landed on Great American Bash 2004 Bull Rope match.
Those vignettes leading up to this or revolving around this era with like him patrolling the border.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Him being JBL, of course. Eddie was but like JBL, like you mentioned, he's such a good storyteller. JBL was saying like, "Hey Eddie, is this okay?" Eddie was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, it's okay. Like, fucking do it." God,
amazing.
Go ahead,
I have never seen this match.
Oh boy,
because I was not watching during this time. So imagine my surprise when I pulled up the Peacock today and went to Great American Bash 2004 and was trying to fast forward to the main event, only to see I fast forward halfway through and I was like, all right, whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck is the main event of this show? Dudley Boys against The Undertaker with Paul Bearer in a fucking cement fucking casket. What the
crypt?
fuck?
It was a crypt, Matt.
Whatever. And then I looked at the rest of the Great America. I had to fucking fast forward through a Mordecai Hardcore Holly match. The fucking Great American Bash. The nerve of Taz to be like, this is a throwback match, which he was right. But then I looked at the rest of the card and I'm like,
I'm pretty sure you got a little Kenzo Suzuki versus Billy Gunn on there. Is that on there?
Absolutely is.
I'm like, this is not.
Yeah, throw those matches back.
The fucking Great American Bash.
That's actually my homework for next week. Kenzo Suzuki versus Billy Gunn.
Oh, awesome.
Spoilers, bro.
I'm already prepared. Yeah.
I thought this was a phenomenal match. It's such a... First of all, props to these dudes for wrestling with a fucking bull rope. They have to hold it the whole fucking time. It was like taped to them. I liked how Tony Chimmel stumbled his way through the rules, and then Michael Cole and Taz reiterated it because it came off of Eddie's hand in like the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't realize how hard it is to work where you don't have that freedom, right? These guys are at they only have the 10 feet or whatever the fuck. Like they can't do all the shit they usually do. And it was like less is more. The whole idea of tagging the turnbuckles with the lights and they would get to 3 and then it was like, and you could see the crowd swell. Like I thought that was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they did such a fantastic job of building like that anticipation, that emotion by doing simple things, right? By holding the rope. Yeah, and then wrapping their legs around the ring rope so you couldn't get there. They did a great job. I don't think there was at any point in the match where I felt like, oh, come on, bullshit, where you have JBL reaching for that last one and he can't quite get there. You know what I mean? It wasn't like one of those situations where, well, come on, we know you can touch it. Like he was so close and couldn't touch it. And to your point, Double T, like the swell of the crowd going, oh, is he going to get there? What's the fucking chair shot? The chair shot from Eddie to JBL and the instant gusher that JBL had, working with the rope, like you said, having one arm tied to that rope and trying to do simple things like run the ropes while you're tied to it. Like you have to rethink every fucking movement you're doing. I had so much fun watching this match.
To me, like what stood out is like you have, Eddie. I don't remember how long he was champion at this point. I don't think it was it Mania of this year? It was,
no,
right?
It was February. He beat Lesnar.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's right. It was No Way Out. And but just like have like your fresh, hot new baby face, this new heel that you're just trying to get to that next level. And Eddie fucking gave and gave. And even JBL as the heel, like this match is like a master class. I know it's a bull rope match, and you kind of really don't have a choice in the matter. But this was a master class on selling, like from like both perspectives, like absolutely selling everything about, like to Matt's point about even just getting to the turnbuckle, but like everything about this match to me just screams selling. Other than the blood, screams selling.
Yeah, this match I did not like JBL at this time when I was watching, and going back and watching it, I have a little bit of a new appreciation for him. This match was a lot better than I remembered. They worked the gimmick perfectly too with the bull rope. just I specifically remember Eddie being so close and JBL falling out and being like, all right, what's he gonna do? JBL's 300 pounds on the outside. You gonna pull him back through the ropes?
After he frog splashes him there and rolls to the outside. Fucking genius, man.
Yeah, it was perfect.
So good. And I'm definitely gonna be watching more like JBL matches from this era. I was like you, Bruno, like I was not a huge JBL fan because I wasn't supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like and I appreciated his work, but I wasn't one to cheer him. But like this leads into like some of his best fucking work. Like upcoming is like it's not long before he's I'm a wrestling god. I'm a wrestling god. Like that fucking shit is so good. And I think it's an underappreciated, I don't know if I wouldn't say like era necessarily, but like his run, I think is very underappreciated.
100%. And he for being such a big guy, like an imposing big physical like feature, he could sell like the cowardice of cow. Like one of my favorite things in this match was like the rope is behind him between like JBL's legs. Eddie just like goes to lift it up, and JBL does a complete front bump. like 300 pounds of rope, albeit a bull rope, made him do a complete front bump.
Yeah,
and like a 360. JBL was so classic in this match.
Yeah, just the way he would, turn the upper hand on Eddie, but then like just the way he groggily walked like around, like he had no fucking idea where he was. His face is fucking covered in blood. The fucking chair shots. They show the one before the match that happened at Judgment Day, and then that one, like, oh boy, man, like I don't miss those.
Yeah.
Like, especially we know 20 years later, like the effect, like,
Benoit.
Beat Brian Blair.
Oh, God. Well,
I'm kidding. I kid. But yeah, no, the effects now. Like, man, Eddie got waffled at Judgment Day. JBL got waffled here. I also I wasn't watching at this time, but watching this match, like even like when they go to the announcer's desk, like Michael Cole is sitting on the fucking divider, like losing his mind. Like it was so awesome.
Yeah, the commentary was on point on this one. Michael Cole and Taz, this was probably around the time they were starting to become the best commentary team out there.
I will say this: if I never see those lights, the yellow or the green and red lights, if I never see those, like, do they still even use those? Like, when was the last time we saw like a bull rope or a strap match where you have to hit all four corners?
Drew and
did they do the light
Drew
gimmick?
Punk. Yeah, they had lights. I don't remember if it was too different, but they definitely had lights.
Yeah, but this was funny. Like I'm like no one's near the fucking thing, and all of a sudden I just see like a yellow flash and or a green flash in the back. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, they're still perfecting it.
Yeah.
It was 20 years ago.
Yeah, and then the finish, they're both at 3.
Yeah.
Eddie tries to jump over JBL. JBL's back hits first, but the referee awards it to him. And then, I didn't expect a Luther Reigns appearance.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Kurt Angle GM in the wheelchair era? Nope.
Me? No, I wasn't watching. I had no fucking clue.
So I don't necessarily love the finish. Like I love the way it played out. I didn't love that like right away. Here's Kurt out like almost instantly. I would have liked to seen the referee do something to, I'd like to see that again. Maybe play up the referee a little bit more than just the match is over. It's Eddie's winning and boom, like Kurt Angle's out just immediately. So I would have liked that to play out a little bit more, but the emotion from both JBL and Eddie post match it was perfect. It was like Eddie, it almost felt like he was a mixture of shocked and just had his heart ripped out. Like you felt that when you looked at him, and the crowd giving him the ovation afterwards. JBL, his celebrating while like basically being completely out of it. Fucking love that. Like he's almost still on Rubber Leg Street. And he's celebrating.
He still knew like he got away with some shit.
Right. Crimson Mask Mall.
Yeah. Those chair shots, he might not have been selling as much as
right. Yeah, it was. I was very like I say, I haven't watched it since it was original. Haven't gone back and watched it, and I'm fucking. I am very happy that this was the pick because I had so much fun watching it.
Yeah,
could have used a little more blood.
Well, you're one stick fuck, Brendan. Like that.
I tell you what, man. Go ahead, Brundo.
Oh, I actually thought when you picked this, I thought this was the one where Eddie hit the artery, and I was like, wait, he's complaining about Necro Butcher, and he's picking this.
No,
yeah, I'm glad you were wrong.
Yeah, I also thought it was the same thing. So I'm like, all right, JBL's got color. I'm like, when is Eddie gonna start just bleeding all over the place? And it never happened.
No, not this one. Not this one.
Was it the one before this? Was
that was the month before? Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott George said Eddie needed a blood transfusion after this match.
That was the Judgment Day match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Great American Bash because Eddie didn't get color.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good. You're good. So that was. Oh, look, Tony chimes in. I thought the beginning was quite a bit slow as JBL looked a bit lost early on. All right. Well,
all right. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, really. Thanks for joining the show. Isn't it past your fucking bedtime, shithead?
Miss you, Tony.
Somebody does. Here, you want to? Here, this. I think this is. What do I got for you? Here you go.
What in the fuck am I looking at?
Hey, there's my guy.
Attaboy.
Lots of fucking spoons in my asshole.
Good pick, HK.
Bro stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other side's got the blower, and it.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you blow your fucking brains out.
I know Mickey Knuckles' booty when I see it.
Salient point.
So great piece of homework. Yeah, HK, I agree.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed that very much. KJG.
Got a real classic for you.
You're up next to assign the class our homework.
Real classic, boys. We're going to do a little WC dub action. August 4th, 1997. Can someone, maybe someone can even guess the match. That'd be interesting.
Is it Luger Hogan?
Luger Hogan.
What? You're good.
I am. That's awesome. I am so
100th
excited
Nitro, right?
for this one.
What's that?
It's the 100th Nitro?
Yeah. You're good, man. There it is. And I'll explain, I guess, next week why I picked the match. Don't want to give away the farm now, but that is the match. Lex Luger versus Hulk Hogan from the 100th episode of WCW Monday Nitro. One of my favorite times to be a wrestling fan, baby.
I love it. It's fantastic. I look forward to this. All right. I think that's it. I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we pull this train into the station?
I mean, I guess we talked about it briefly. I'll just bring it up as a point. We don't have to discuss it or elaborate on it. But Netflix, the main event is going to be Solo versus Roman Reigns on the first episode of Netflix. They kind of did a nice job hyping that up. Nice little promo.
Announced more tonight, buddy. I'm just saying they announced more. They are putting all the chips on the first Monday Nitro of Monday Nitro.
They're all in.
Monday Night Raw.
That would be something, Kevin.
Yeah. Got a moon stem for Nitro.
Boom.
You and Juicy Steen.
Boom stem for moon stem.
Yeah, that's a great call, KGG. Great call. Yeah, that first Nitro.
The first what?
Yo,
my brain is melting, Double T.
You remember when Matt said he wasn't fucking up?
Yeah, well, at least I waited till the end. It's the Netflix Nitro. That's
the what? Netflix is fucking doing what?
Writing that one down.
Netflix is bringing back Monday Night Raw. We got a brand new Raw logo too that Trips introduced us to today.
Does it look like the Nitro one?
The what?
I was doing so good.
Nitro is Netflix.
I have been watching GCW. I'm old and the cold makes me tired, so I did fall asleep Friday night watching the GCW show. So I have to finish watching that, and I have to watch Highest in the Room 3, which will have I think there's Matthew Justice and future guest Dr. Redacted.
Oh yeah,
had a match on there. We got Alex Price from the Garbage Daddies coming up in January, and MLJ on the 13th. Do not step on the laptop, Natasha. We got who do we got next week? Alex
Raymond from Pro Wrestling Magic. Peter, he's been the champion for about a week or year now or so. So big event for Pro Wrestling Magic happening next week
at the Mecca.
At the Mecca.
And then Chuck Coates to end the year.
Yeah.
I got to update that. Oh, stupid Matt. Stupid dummy. I got the whole calendar I got to update. So yeah, we got a lot of fun. Tony's back next week. HK is gone.
That's right.
He's going on vacation. So we got that, and we had I think that's it. Now HK, how are you going to review KJG's homework? How are we going to get are you going to leave one sentence in the YouTube chat for us too? Like the guy in the front row had a great sign, something
No. I might pop in.
Oh,
I might pop in. Yeah, might pop in.
Oh, the old almond head. I love it.
Do a little vacation pop in. Those always play out pretty well.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
I
don't have
up there.
Let me see. I got to play the song. I don't have an updated Patreon list.
Bye, Tony. Miss you too. Love you, buddy.
Oh God, I'll just fuck each other already.
Yeah, really. Jesus. I don't have an updated Patreon video, but I do have the list. So after I read it, HK, you can do your thing. I don't have a logo for that. I'm sorry. It wasn't sent to me in time.
Do you want me to play you in?
Yeah, please. Thank you. This has been a production of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. We would like to thank executive producers Benny Kratzo, Kate Hensler, Matt Garifo, Mott Spock, Ryan Song, Al Day. Didn't see Mike Peterson in there, so that's why I didn't mention him. Producers Jesse Elwell, Emily Brock, Scott George, Kathy Homer, Keith Parker, Michael Hammond, William Mercier Jr. Thank you all for supporting Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. William Mercier said that he definitely would not have done great at the Crossword Puzzle, the latest Patreon special that dropped yesterday.
Congrats to that guy too.
Yeah, he got
engaged. Congrats, William Mercier.
Yeah, happy birthday, William Mercier.
Wow, they're going to be.
Happy anniversary.
Happy marriage.
Yeah, you could do that thing now.
What are we Googling here?